Yes, come on, get in there. We are top of the league. So we are top of the league. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is PR. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by David, Arsenal fan.
Yes. Top of the league. You're done, no. But yeah, man, them are behind us, blood. Man, them are behind us. Hey, the man there, cuz.
David fretting and worrying as per usual. I'm joined by Oscar, who should be worried because he's a Chelsea fan.
Hey, what's the intro for Top 4 podcast? Let's pretend we've scored a goal. Let's pretend we've scored a goal. That is the only joy I am getting from football, is the 30-second intro to Top 4 podcast. Guys, I've had enough of this sport, man. I've had enough.
Oscar
week after week. L after L after L after L. I can't take this anymore. I can't take it.
But guess what, Oscar? We're going to start right there. Let me tell you that right now. We're going to start things off at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Chelsea 0. Chelsea lose at the Bowl for the first time. I think Tottenham have got their first win over Chelsea, in 15 years? Did I read that correctly? I mean, Oscar, Chelsea are hitting new lows after new lows after new lows. It's I can't even ask you what's going on at Chelsea because that's not even really a question anymore. I can't even give me your thoughts. Were you at this Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Give me your thoughts on the whole situation.
Thank God, like this year I've gone to so many games and I'm so grateful that I wasn't at this one. I've never been to the Tottenham Stadium and I didn't go. So I'm thankful I missed that debacle. I don't think I've ever been more more pessimistic for a Tottenham game. Like I knew we weren't going to win. I knew nothing was going to come of the game. I knew we weren't going to score. I knew we weren't going to create chances. I had no hope. Asad is in the comments saying, Oscar, I tell you to try back Potter today. I dare you to try and back Graham Potter today. There's nothing I can say to back this man. Again, I've seen another week where this guy has just refused to turn up. Like, I was complaining about players like Kai Havertz not turning up, players like Mason Mount not turning up. But for the past, 3, maybe 4 months, our manager has not turned up. Yeah, there has been absolutely nothing from Chelsea. Nothing. You don't look at this team and think, oh, they're playing this type of style, this type of pressing system, this type of passing, this type of, we're waiting for this player to get in the right form. We're waiting for that player. This guy just needs to finish. There's nothing. There's no signs, no cohesion, no spark, nothing in this Chelsea team that makes you think we even have a manager. It literally feels like players are coming to kick about on a Saturday. Like, just rocking up and picking numbers. That's how it feels right now. We are in dire situations. Probably the most dire I've ever seen it at Chelsea in the Premier League. I think maybe in the 2016 season, by this point we had already sacked Mourinho, and then we were into the Gus Hiddink era, and it was just like, okay, let's just see out the season. The fact that this club, I've woke up on a Monday and he is still the manager, is a new thing for me. We always talk about Chelsea sacking managers early. I think any club in the Premier League would have pulled the trigger by now on Graham Potter. His run in the Premier League is disgraceful. It's disgraceful if you're bottom of the league. It's disgraceful if your aim is to avoid relegation. That's how bad the run is. So the fact that Chelsea, he took over the team in a position where they could still make top 4, and we could still challenge in all the cup competitions, to think we're now out of all of them and we're losing to rivals like Spurs. And if you look at Spurs, sorry, I'm rambling, but there's just so much to say.
This is good TV.
If you look at Spurs, guys, this Spurs team offered absolutely nothing yesterday. They offered nothing. They just turned up and said, we're just going to be a team that actually is a little bit organised, and then we're going to attack when we have the ball. And they didn't create a single chance. They just shot the ball from outside the box. And obviously, when you've got T-Rex arms, Kepa in goal, it's obviously just going to fly in the back of the net. But, I can label it at the players all I want. This is on Graham Potter, man. Graham Potter has literally just taken a mantle that is far too big for him. And he's not even tried to apply his own style or tactics to get a victory out of this team. He's limped over every single game, and he's just simply like coasted. He's coasted. It's like it feels like he's done Football Manager, right? And you just do auto pick. You just like let the assistant pick everything. It's like, I have no tactics. I have nothing to say. Let my assistant do everything. I'm on holiday. Grandpa might as well be on holiday. He might as well be on holiday because you see nothing of him in this team. You just see a bunch of players running around, dots on a Football Manager screen. Let me read a couple comments and then I'll let
2D classic, yeah.
2D classic, bro. Assad says, I was at the game yesterday. Second half, we attacked at our end, and I didn't see any chance created. Pathetic. Baraka says, Chelsea Football Club making Lent hella difficult for me. Potter is out of his depth. Nathan says, Chelsea in a relegation battle. SW6 and AO is peak. 40 points might not be good enough to survive the trop, says Nathan. We could keep going on and on and on and on. A fun fact, and it says Chelsea have scored the least amount of goals in England's top flight since November. No surprises there. SW6 says he has 2 games left. I said he should win every game until we play Man United. He's lost every game. Yeah, I mean, when I started giving Potter ultimatums was when we played Fulham, and then we played Palace, and then we played Fulham again. And I said those games we should win them, and we should have a bit of a style. Palace was our last win. There was no real style. Palace have been awful. I don't think they've won since that game. So Palace laid down for us. The rest of the teams, they've put up the tiniest bit of fight, and they've got either a point or a win against us. Mandem, talk to me.
Yeah.
Man.
So I was thinking, I think Potter will get shot if. What's your next Premier League game?
Leeds United.
So I think if he doesn't get good results against Leeds and you go out to Borussia Dortmund, I think he gets fired on I would say on the plane back, but obviously you're at home, aren't you? But he'll be fired in the hotel, the famous hotel that's next to Stamford Bridge, that's attached to Stamford Bridge after the Dortmund game. If Chelsea do not win against Leeds nor go through in the Champions League, I think they'll pack his bags. Because if anything, I've just sort of thought, as you said, this is new to you. You woke up Monday morning and your manager's still in charge and you're thinking, this is brand new. I genuinely think everything hangs this season on the
Pete,
Champions League. Yo.
I'm hearing bare hiss, bruv.
Yeah, Pete, you've got a lot of background noise going on. I don't know what's up
What's
there.
going on now, bro?
I don't know why.
Okay, David, you continue.
Let me run through, blood. Hey, listen.
Run through, cuz.
Hey, listen. This is what needs to happen. Yeah. First of all, hey, Oscar, can you give me back? Oh, but my blood clot, Yan, bruv. You have no use for him, blood. I need him back, bruv. If he's in my squad, win the league. That's how the number one, bruv. Why are you dropping a Bamian? Fam, you need goals. You have a striker. Obviously, he hasn't had the best of times at Chelsea, but fam, you need a striker. You're not playing your striker. You're relying on Kai Havertz, bruv, and all them, man. You got your attacking midfielder, João Felix. Leave man to slap the through balls, bruv. What is going on, man? These man don't respect my man still. There you go.
Yeah, you sound better now, Pete.
Live and direct. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so listen, yeah, I know. Aubameyang on the bench is scandalous from what I'm standing. Aubameyang in general just not being in Chelsea's 11 is weird. But yeah, I was just saying that, I think definitely the Champions League is where everything hangs on. And I don't know what you think, Oscar. I think if he does go out and he doesn't beat Leeds, for example, beforehand, I think he'll be gone. I genuinely do. Because I think Todd Bowley as well is done everything he can to let this man, give this man time. But there has to be a sprinkle of something. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're a manager who needs time to adapt and change a few things, then fair enough. I sent an article in the group chat, or like a stat in the group chat, that Graham Potter has had 9 different tactical sort of approaches to football matches since he's joined Chelsea. Now, how true that is, I don't know. But it's clearly down to these people who are. I think Opto were the ones that brought it up. But it was just the idea of he has tried things and he tried different things. Maybe he's tried too many different things. And he should really find a principle that he likes and let him stick with it. It's a shame. It's just one of those where the reason I say Assad to sack him after Dortmund is pure. Well, I don't think he should be in the job now. Let's be honest, right? Let's keep it a buck. But I think that's where Todd is going. It's like, look, what if because he did well in the Champions League, didn't he? Up until this point, he's done well in the group stage. They topped the group. You got Dortmund. Okay, you're not out of the game. It's 1-0, isn't it? So you're not out of the game. You're still in the game. Tuchel came in at a time where Chelsea were in a bit of a distress, and he won the Champions League. Right now. Of course, that's down to good management, but Chelsea have the players. What I find very astonishing is the quality of player is getting beat against teams that they should never be getting beat against. And, I can't remember how early on I was very much like, yeah, Potter's not the man. I think it was before the World Cup, but it just felt like, can you sack him when you just brought him in? Maybe not. But the fact that since the World Cup, where maybe obviously he's not had time with the players as such, it's not like a preseason, and I think more so that's what they were kind of given.
2 wins from 15. Hey, you need to go.
It's a madness, David. It's a madness. I think, and that's why I say he shouldn't keep his job, because at the end of the day, 2 wins from 15 is a disgrace at any football club. Southampton would sack their manager for 1 win in 15 or 2 wins in 15. Southampton sacked it, and Oscar did say this. Every manager would go, maybe except Arteta, and now maybe Graham Potter. Right? Like these are people who will keep.
Did Arteta ever hit this low?
Yeah, I remember lockdown 2020 to 2021 season was what I would call an awful year. I mean, I couldn't tell you in terms of games in a row. I'd have to look that up. But just like we lost 13, we won 13, and then we drew the rest. I think it was something of that ilk. Like, who loses 13 games in a league season? That's just not normal, right? And we finished, was it 8th? We lost 13. We won 18 in the end, actually. We won 18 in the end, but we finished on 61 points. That's 10 points from where we are, I think, now, or maybe even less than that, actually. But, it's just a bit like, yeah, he probably didn't hit 1 in 15. Probably right. But it just feels like it felt dark. We were losing at home to Burnley, Wolves, Leicester. They were all having their pick. They were all getting points. Southampton, the lot. They were all getting their points. Whereas the same thing at Chelsea. I look at Chelsea's fixtures and I think, man, clubs will be licking their lips because they'll be like, look, they're up for grabs. Leeds could come into this game very, very composed, because I don't know if you saw them on the weekend. They were very organized for the first time ever. Like, they looked really structured. They looked really good. Leicester at home. Chelsea have got after that. Chelsea are away to Leicester after that. Then they're at home to Everton, home to Villa, home to Liverpool, away to Wolves. Like, they're not games that anybody's feeling confident. And they're all on TV, by the way. So,
I'm not going. Good.
Because are you done? Are you not going?
I'm done. The last ticket I have is Dortmund in the Champions League.
You're not doing Leeds.
I think I want to do the Champions League games. If we get through Dortmund, then I'll see if I can get a ticket for the home game of the next Champions League. But I know I've got a Leeds ticket as well, but Dortmund's after Leeds. But sure. I'm not spending any more money on this club. Like, I'll be real. Like, you can call me a plastic fan or whatever, but I'm just not enjoying it. Like,
it's real, bro. Oscar, it's real. It's not even. You're not a plastic fan at all. It's real. Like, when you start putting, and I think this is probably the first time you've been feeling like this before as a Chelsea fan. But you get why football fans of different clubs, are so irate because of what it costs to go in and go through the pain and go through the defeats.
Like, honestly, like, if I look at my bank balance in February, I'm like, rah, I've spent a lot of money watching Chelsea. Like, Chelsea.
Now, Oscar, yeah. Now, obviously, I can't relate to you because obviously, like, bro, you see how you're feeling now, yeah? That's how I felt against Brentford last season. But opening tap, bro.
Opening tap.
Opening tap.
They had you man on TV, bro.
Bro, I was on Amazon Prime.
They had you man on Amazon Prime. Looking bewildered, like you guys literally looking at each other like, where do we go from here?
Where do we go from
here?
Bro, we were scratching our cheeks, blood. Like, what do we do now?
It was a Friday. No one else has even kicked ball.
I remember on the way home from that.
That journey home was David,
the way home from that. Do you remember? Because we were thinking this is the first game of the season. It's the first game of the season, like in football. You're thinking this is, but you know what, Oscar? I have so much sympathy for fans, like sorry to bring up Arsenal, but Arsenal season ticket holders pay the most expensive ticket in the country in Europe, right? And they shed thousands of pounds per season to watch the dross they watched, for years, like for 10 years, where they were watching what Chelsea were going through. Maybe not as to the extent, but like just the idea that, people were paying hard-earned cash. Chelsea are sitting, where are they? 10th in the league? You're 10 points above the relegation zone. Have I got that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? So you must be about, 15, 20 points away from the top. It's not on. It's absolutely not on. They're they're further away from the top four than they are the relegation zone. That's where Chelsea are right now. And this is, by the way, guys, we've played 24 games in the league. 24 games.
I've never, ever wanted a season to be over quicker than this one. And it's just like...
Even with the Champions League still in play?
I don't believe... Like, how could you possibly, as a Chelsea fan, believe that there's going to be some kind of performance here that will make the Champions League worthwhile? Like, the feeling I felt going into this Tottenham game, I would have bet hundreds of thousands that we were going to lose this game. I was so confident of a loss, and that's Tottenham. That's Tottenham. Chelsea always beat Tottenham, so we've never lost at their ground. We've never lost there in their new stadium. You
didn't lose at Wembley either, I don't think.
I think we did on the sorry. Couple of comments. Big up Balotelli's 2012 Premier League assist. They're getting embarrassed in Europe when they get past BVB. So he thinks we'll win and then get embarrassed. Yeah, I'm not trying to buck Real Madrid. Like, I'm not trying.
God.
Last year, Benzema dunked a free piece on my head. Like, I don't want that.
Here they are.
Stick by your team no matter what. Imagine what Newcastle fans have been through. Look, Newcastle fans. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. But they've got a hopeful period now, innit?
But hang on, I'll back you on this one. Ask the Newcastle fan how much they pay to watch their team play, and ask the Chelsea fan
how much do they pay. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper than the Chelsea fan.
Probably.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like oh yeah, Newcastle are paying the same prices that Chelsea and whoever else are paying. They're not. Okay, fine. They've been relegated a few times. I get that, but like at the end of the day, like Oscar, like Oscar said, his February balance, because there was Champions League, there was probably FA Cup in that, there was Premier League games in that, there was whatever the weather. Oscar went to Dortmund, in fact, and stayed in Dusseldorf because it was much better. Where did you say you stayed?
No, I stayed in Dortmand, but I flew into Cologne.
Cologne, that was it. Yeah. I don't know why I thought of Dusseldorf. Anyway, Cologne, yeah. But like this guy's Oscar spending dollar. You know what I'm saying? So. And especially in these times, come on.
Nathan said, what are you saying? You want that ref from AFCON last year? He just blows the whistle at 85th minute.
That's the season. That's how he wants to see.
And the worst thing is, it's not even like we've been battered in any game. Like, we've not lost a game by like 3 goals where you're like, oh, cut the game off. We're always in it, but so far. Like, we're touching distance, but so far. Like, we lose every game 1-0.
So at what point then do I see Oscar jump on the train of, do you know what? Not even like on a Potter out thing, like on an Aggie thing. Just like, look, you know what? He actually isn't just good enough for this job. And that's all it is. Nice guy. He is a good coach. And it's just not the right fit. The puzzle doesn't fit here with him. When do you get to that stage?
I think I might be there. I think my issue with Graham Potter is simply this. Like, when he first started winning games and we went away to AC Milan, we won. We beat, who do we play in the Champions League?
Zagreb?
The other team that we had Zagreb and someone else. Zenit or Salzburg or one of them teams, yeah. Okay. You could sort of see that, like, yo, he's trying a little system here. People were doing the little clips and showing how the diamond formation was coming up in the games, and Chelsea were playing triangles and popping things about. And even one of those games, we didn't win. We drew away in the Champions League, but you could see a clear style and the way that Chelsea were trying to play football. And I was like, something is a brewing. Ever since that game, I think it was Brighton. We got slapped by Brighton 4-1. And I feel like Graham Potter just got scared. I feel like he said, look, I lost 4-1 to Brighton. I'm just going to go to basics. And every game since then, we've been a shell of a football team. We haven't tried things. We haven't seen any sort of system, identity, style. And when that goes on from November through a World Cup into December, January, February. How can I sit here and back the man I saw at Brighton when you're not delivering that here? If you're delivering the performances and not the results, if you're delivering the style, at least the application to try and play a certain way, then I can be like, yes, I can grasp onto something. I'm seeing absolutely nothing from Graham Potter. Nothing. So for me to believe that the person that I thought I saw in Brighton is going to come out next season, like I am clutching at straws, and I'm one of the last people in my Chelsea group chat to be Potter out. All of my friends are Potter out. All of them have had enough. All of them are done. And I've been trying to explain to them why I believed in this whole structure from top to bottom, because we signed the whole flipping technical director. What's the other word? Chief scout, Paul Winstanley from Brighton. We copied the model. We said we're going to get a coach that fits the system, that can play underneath all of these structures. We're going to sign the right players. In January, you saw us signing the right players. You saw Badiashile come in. You saw Felix, Enzo. You saw us actually make some of the correct decisions. And then on the pitch, nothing comes out of that. Absolutely nothing.
It's astonishing. It's astonishing. I mean, since the World Cup, Oscar, you've scored how many goals in the league, do you think? Since that Brighton defeat, how many goals do you think you've scored in the Premier League?
I've seen all of them. So what, like 3?
You scored 6 goals, and literally let's say, and two of them were at home to Bournemouth when you beat them 2-0.
There you go.
But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in 12 games, you scored 6 goals. That's the record. And they're not, as you said, Oscar said that, Chelsea ain't getting like battered everywhere, like 4 and 5s and whatever, even 3s. They're not. They're losing games at the most 2-0, 1-0, 2-1, that kind of thing. But man, to score only 3. And you bought how many attackers this window? You know what I'm saying? And new players came in. Fofana came in. Madueke came in. Mudryk came in. Felix came in. Aubameyang is there. It's madness.
And as much as I'd like to be like, oh, the context guy, and be like, there's so many names. Like, in what world is that a realistic excuse? You have too many good players.
You can't.
In what world is that a realistic excuse? You signed João Felix. You signed Mudryk, who you wanted for 90 whatever million. Enzo Fernandez. Like, in what world are these excuses? Like, these should be things that we should be winning games, and people say, yeah, well, he got backed, so he should be winning. It shouldn't be the other way around.
And I'm just looking at our game, Arsenal Chelsea. It's not till the 29th of April, which is annoying because I just feel like Chelsea, you would think, will get it together. You know what I mean? We'll have it together by then. So just to see them where they are now, you just think, geez, everybody will want to play Chelsea. All of them, everybody will want to play Chelsea right now because Chelsea haven't really done anything this season, So madness, Oscar. It's an absolute madness what we're seeing.
Lola says Potter is a good coach. He just stepped up too high. Adrian, do you have any thoughts on
that? It's a sticky one because I feel like with Graham Potter, he was probably having these sorts of streaks of form at Brighton.
100%.
But we simply didn't know, simply didn't care. Then he'll pop up, he'll beat Man United at Old Trafford, and then like, rah! Potter's the truth. Like, I feel like for the first time in his career, when he's not managing in the back shadows of Sweden, or he's not managing down in the Championship, or he's not managing a team that's expected to finish 14th to 17th in the league, and there's now expectation. Because I think, Oscar, you made a good point. At the beginning, it was like we were seeing things. We were seeing something. I'm not quite sure what it was, but we were seeing it. And then in the last however many months, he's completely deviated from that. And it's almost a thing where he's like, damn it, I'm not getting results. I need to get results. And in doing that, he's abandoned everything. So now Chelsea fans are on a halfway house where it's like, well, we're not winning, and you're not even playing good stuff anyway. We're not even going to see what this team's going to look like in 2, 3, 4, 6 years. All we're seeing is absolute dross. And you could put any manager. You could put Alan Pardew. You can put, I don't know, Big Sam. You'd probably with this bunch of players, you probably get better from them than what Graham Potter's shown you. So it's scary, man. And I think at this point, I'm in the Oscar boat where I was slow to sort of turn on him, and I wanted to give him every bit of rope I possibly could. but you just can't argue with the numbers, man. It's damning. And I think Bowley's going to get to a position, like Bowley's already there, by the way. And Bowley's going to get to the point where it's like, your performance is so bad, it's looking bad on me and everything we represent. I'm just going to have to cut ties with you, I'm afraid. It's nothing personal, it's just business. Because at the moment, Graham Potter is bad business for Chelsea Football Club. And that's the bottom line. And if Roman was here, the helicopter would have come long ago. It would have.
Oh, it would have gone after the Brighton defeat, for sure. Would have gone after that Brighton defeat. Yeah, bang on from Adrian there. Bang on. I think Bowley was there. There were images of him at the game where you just looked at a man who was thinking, I think we've got to make some changes very, very soon here. Something's got to give.
I think
It's time to go.
I think when it comes to what I forgot what I was going to say. Completely gone out of my head.
Whilst you remember it, I mean, it's interesting to point that Tottenham Hotspur, by the way, they've been winning games. You know, low key, they've been winning games. I think it's their 4th win in a row. You know, it may even be their 5th game in a row. They beat Fulham. Well, they beat Fulham. They beat Man City. They lost to Leicester. Sorry, my apologies.
And Leicester and Milan.
Sorry, I meant in the league. I was just focusing on the league.
Tottenham ain't no good side, bro. Tottenham ain't no good side. Like we're just meaty.
You know what I think.
And they said, what's worse, this or 15-16? 15-16, I truly tuned out. Like I stopped watching football after a period of time. So I can't say I lived it like I'm living this. Like I'm involved in this. I'm like personally accountable. So
plus as well, I feel like the manager then had a leg to stand on, where like players were down in tools and maybe he wasn't necessarily getting the players he wanted. Whereas Graham Potter, like, what can he really argue?
And also, they just come from winning the league. They had just won the league the year before at a canter. So to see that happen, and then obviously, like you say, they did down tools. Something went wrong.
Ernest is of the opinion that Potter shouldn't have took the job for his own career's sake. He said, you know, if I'm only about the P's, then yeah. But if I want to further my career, I'd take time with realistic upward trajectory. Now he's hurt his reputation. I mean, I agree. What's the one? I don't agree. Personally, I think if you're like, I don't understand how you could be a coach and not take the Chelsea job. I think it's one of the best jobs in football. Absolutely. Like you come in, you walk in, you're given a transfer window, you're given already some successful players, and you just have to make them win. I feel like if you can't figure it out at Chelsea, where can you figure it out? Like,
the problem is though,
it's place to win, is it not?
That's what I would have thought. It's the easiest thing to it because you've got the cash. You got the facilities are there for you to succeed. That's the thing.
What would you rather do if you're part of a situation? You go into the Everton job or the Southampton job, which is probably his level, or you go into the Chelsea job where you're going to get thrown a load of money. It's easier to succeed.
The problem with that, is now you got all this money, you have to be successful from opening tap. You don't have time to rebuild. Like, you know, like, for example, I know it's a bad example, but Wenger.
Yeah.
Wenger came to Arsenal, changed everything. He was allowed to change whatever. He had his hand in everything. Chelsea, the structure's there. If it goes wrong, it's your fault. Done. You're out.
But clearly, on February the 27th, that is not the case for Graham Potter. Graham Potter has had time to fail and fail and fail. Any other manager would have been sacked before him. They gave this man assurances. So, you know.
No, but the problem is he's not showing no minute. There's nothing there.
How can you, if you rate yourself as a coach, how can you anticipate performing this badly? How?
Bro, there's nothing there.
Nobody did.
How?
No, nobody thought it would be this bad at all. Nobody thought that at all. And you know what's so funny? It's a year on since Chelsea were more or less ceased, right? Since Roman was sort of done. It's a year.
Think about this, yeah? Lampard got top 4 without a transfer ban. And none of us here rate Lampard. Not one of the people in the comments rate Frank Lampard as a manager. The guy came into Chelsea and secured top 4. Like,
no matter who the manager is, you have to be in the top 4.
No,
you have to be.
Obviously, Oscar, he showed he had something there, but he wasn't that guy. Show me something at least. There's nothing there.
But that's the thing. Like, but nobody saw this coming. Like, yes, Graham Potter isn't Jose Mourinho, but he isn't, friggin' Frank de Boer either. Do you know what I mean? Like this guy has actually got, he's built his legacy with Ostersund, Swansea, and Brighton. Good pedigree as well, by the way. And as Oscar said, you don't take the Everton job or the Leeds or Southampton job over taking Chelsea. If you're Potter, you take Chelsea. P's or career, because it's a great trajectory for him. It's a blueprint to prove that I can look what I've done with the little. Now let me see what I can do with much more.
Hey, big man. Now look here. Let me tell you where his trajectory is now. Let me see. Let me not say prophesy, but yeah, trajectory is. Trajectory is. Yeah, let me map it out for you. Yeah. So you're either gonna get a relegation team. Yeah, his next job, or you're not in a job at all. You're gonna be a pundit on Sky Sports, bro, or join them man on what Soccer Saturday, bro.
Let me challenge that. Because you know what people do often? They say, okay, Chelsea was too big, right? And then you might argue Southampton's too low. So they say things like, oh, that kind of top 8 challenging teams, like a Villa, like a Everton, like a Leicester, like a Wolves. What happens in that roulette is that everybody between 7th and 14th, they all mix and match every season. It's never the same batch. It's never in the same order. You know what I'm saying? We looked at Wolves how many years ago saying, look at them in Europe. They were playing Europa League football. We saw Burnley play Europa League football. We've seen Everton at the precipice and have played, Europa League football. We can name all the teams in this league. West Ham were reaching finals or semi-finals anyway, right? Like, we can look at all these clubs and think, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at these clubs, I'm thinking, come on. Like, really and truly, it's either the top 6 or the rest. That's what you join. There's no in betweens. The seventh best team. Okay, Newcastle might now add to that pack, but the 7th, 8th best team are never the same teams every season. Never.
Yeah. Personally, I think those jobs are difficult.
Those are harder. It's too roller coaster, too up and down, too yo-yo.
So in the future, what will it take for Potter to get the Chelsea job? He can never get it again. He's failed.
He can never get it again, bruv. He's done that.
He's failed. Yeah. But he could have failed at Southampton. He could have failed at Everton. Like, he could have failed at.
Here's the thing. What he would do the next time he gets a Chelsea job, a Man United job, an Arsenal job, is when they're 8th. Not where Chelsea were, because Chelsea weren't at the end of the road. They just it got a bit stale. It was getting a bit stagnant under Tuchel, and they felt like there was time for change. Chelsea was still a top 4. There was still a top 4 side comfortably. You know what I'm saying? But is Potter getting a top 4 job again? No, absolutely not. But he can get one of the big 6 guys that are underperforming. Definitely, it's like Brendan Rodgers. It's harsh to say that he flopped at Liverpool. It didn't go all according to plan at Liverpool, and he's never been sniffed at since. This is where we are. This is where we are with these managers.
Season saying, but he didn't fail at Southampton. I know, but like, plenty of managers have been on upward trajectories. They get to one of those clubs, and that's the highest they get to. That's the limit.
At Pochettino. Let's watch this space. Pochettino. We'll talk about Southampton. Did well at Southampton. Went to Spurs. Did very well. Then failed ever since. We'll see where he goes. We'll see where he goes.
If you look at Chelsea,
could get the Chelsea job too.
If you look at Chelsea, Avram Grant left with a 2nd place and a Champions League final. Roberto Di Matteo left with a FA Cup and a Champions League. Lampard left with a top 4. Like, you can get something out of this team.
I'm leave with something.
You can leave with something. Like,
unless you're Graham Potter.
Bro, Graham Potter has failed. That's on him.
He's failed. He's failed for sure.
But I don't. If you back yourself as a coach, I don't blame the coach for taking the Chelsea job. I blame Chelsea for not doing their due diligence and really checking who they were hiring.
Because the same was said about Lampard, wasn't it? It's like Lampard would be a moron not to take it. He would have been a moron not to take that.
Look, I saw Nathan made a point earlier. He said that Lampard top 4 was heavy Pulisic tax. I said, look, Pulisic scored 9 goals that season. It's not like Pulisic carried us to top 4.
Did they all come post-June, though? Like, all those 9 come.
Pulisic was the best player in the lockdown period, but Chelsea were in the top 4 before that. So, it's, Lampard actually put in some wins together. He actually showed some sort of managerial, acumen to get us in the top 4. And this guy Lampard's no better than Graham Potter. So, when you look at where Chelsea were taken over, Graham Potter should have been able to get this team in the top 4. Like, that's not.
Lampard took over who? Sarri.
He took over Sarri, yeah, and then had
Such a strange one.
And then
Honestly, to be fair, did Sarri leave or was he sacked?
Sarri left, yeah,
He was-
but he had to leave.
He left for Juve, isn't it?
It's mutual consent. Yeah.
It was mutual, bro. He was going to get sacked if he didn't leave.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Strange.
C1 says Oscar Potter has finished us in the streets. They're delaying the inevitable. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't sacked him now. There's only so much you can keep saying. Like, we're playing the same way every week. Like, what
Mind you, though, if you're Todd Bowley, obviously he's looking at options. He's clearly is. There's I mean, it'd be ludicrous. They can't be Leeds United or Southampton, right? They clearly are looking at, just in case we do pull the trigger, what are we looking at here? Is it a Zidane? Is it a Pochettino? Is it like Oscar? Where do you think Chelsea are looking? Enrique, like where would they be looking to even begin their search?
Guys, they were not planning on looking. They were not planning. Like, the reason he hasn't gone yet is because they gave this guy the longest contract they've ever given a Chelsea manager in the history of this club. Like, he was given a 5-year deal. Bowley said, "I'm all in on Graham Potter. All in. I'm giving you the reins. I'm giving you license to fail this season." That was the mantra. I'm 90 million% sure of it. He said to him, "Guy, if you finish 6th this season, I don't care. If you finish 7th this season, I don't care." The fact is now we're 10th. And it looks really, really bad.
Interesting. No, Oscar, you've put a great case here. We might be looking at Potter starting the new season as Chelsea manager.
No,
we could
be 100%.
Making a great case.
100%. When Bowley sacked Tuchel, he said, "I'm giving this guy everything." And it's mirrored because obviously Bowley is he's part of the team that owned the LA Dodgers, and apparently they did a similar thing where they hired a manager. He wasn't successful for a couple of years, and they just stuck by him, and then it come into success. So that's his sports model, and he's literally copy and pasting everything he's done with the LA Dodgers into Chelsea Football Club, and trying to replicate that success in this sport. And yeah, it's at what point do you sit here and say, I got it wrong. I have to turn back on my word.
I think the fans will dictate that. I think if the fans make it very much known to Bowley that, hello, excuse me, we're not just booing the team. This is unacceptable.
The fans are here, though. Pete, the fans are here. The fans are here. Like, the fans are here. The fans at the stadium. I've said this so many times. The love for Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea Football Club was so high within the stadium. I know sometimes on the podcast I used to come here and complain, and you get people on the internet calling him TUchel and this and that. But within the stadium, the way Thomas Tuchel acted when this club was sanctioned, it struck a chord with Chelsea fans in that stadium. And they said, "We're backing this man. This man is one of us to the hills." And when Bowley sacked him, he had to win. He had to win immediately, and he didn't win. So, boy.
Wow. Here we are. Any more on Chelsea, on Tottenham Chelsea? By the way, when is Conte coming back? Like, it's such a contrast between Tuchel, Conte at the start of the season, where Tottenham bought a draw. Like, I mean, how they got a draw in that game, I don't know. And then to think, like, here we are, flipping Potter and whatever my man's name is. I forgot the guy's name already. It was just so underwhelming in comparison. It's like, man, give me something.
Balotelli's only premicist. He says he works at Chelsea, the Matthew Harding Lower. Boss, let me know what block you're in. Let me come collect a hot dog on Saturday. Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
No, come on,
Pause.
You man, come on, man. Come on. I'm talking about food. What's wrong with you guys?
That's the harassment, blood. Man said, "Yo, let me come."
You're about to lose his job as well.
How? No one can see.
You're a punter. You're not a steward.
No one can see.
That hot dogs on camera.
I like this guy thinks he's in the control room. Well, you know where all the cameras are. This guy.
Was it welfare? Not welfare.
Lie. That was a crazy line. I can't believe it.
It's crazy, man.
The listeners know, man. They know what time it is.
Crazy
On that note, we gotta move, bro. we gotta move away.
Sorry. We're taking way too long. My bad, guys. Yeah. Continue.
We'll see what. Oh, okay. Yeah, everyone's there saying pause. Okay, AD, you stepped in the building, and it's only right. It's only right we go over to the red side of Liverpool, because First of all, we need to kick things off. Let's see. Why do you man go on like they with your thoughts? Oscar was innocent.
Hey, Lola, this is on me. That's crazy. I can't.
I'm so glad you admitted that, because you know, if any one of us dropped that line, it would have been
He said, "Say less."
Whoa.
Yeah, that's getting messy. This is getting messy.
Oh,
This is getting little
I need
mess.
a chicken balti. Slide that through, man.
So now you want to act like the Rock here. You want some pie? Leave it. AD,
Let's move on,
what on earth was I watching Tuesday?
Hold on.
Was it Tuesday?
Man,
Wednesday night? Yo,
I'm holding this podcast hostage, bruv, yeah? See your game there, that game against Madrid, yeah? Did you see that stat that I put out on the group? I need someone to explain it to me, bro.
Oh,
Man. People, Liverpool,
I was off WhatsApp that night, to be fair, man.
Bro, Liverpool, yeah? Liverpool are getting banged 5-2, yeah? Now, Opta on Sky Sports decided to put up this stat, yeah? Saying Liverpool are actually winning the game on XG, bro. I looked at this thing, I was fuming, bro. How are you 5-2 up and you say Liverpool actually winning the game on chances created? Are you mad? What has football become, guys? Guys, I'm holding this podcast hostage. Bro. What is going on?
I don't understand.
What is going on? I need the explanation. Before you go, Adrian, I need the explanation, bro.
To be fair, I mean, like they had, I guess it's based. What's expected goal? I mean, what even is an expected
What
goal,
is
right?
that? What is expected goals, bro?
No, it's a very good metric, but not when it's used like that. That's just terrorism, man.
I blame Gazidis, man. He dropped that line on us years ago, and we were just like, "What the hell is expected goals mean?" And then it became a stat.
I've seen expected goals, expected points. I've seen.
Please explain what happened at Anfield.
What happened at Anfield, Adrian? Talk to me. What the flip went on there,
brother? You know, like when something's just held in its high esteem, like mystique. I'm like, you know what? The season is bad, but it's a European night at Anfield. We can rise it. We can rise it a hair. And when Real Madrid laid the smackdown, not one, not two, not three, not even 4 times, 5 times, they lowered the boom. I don't realize. Do you know that when the Undertaker lost his streak and he was sitting up in the ring and then he beeps it, you're like, hang on a minute, we're 57. You got 2 bad knees, your hairline is in Timbuktu.
It's tatters.
You're finished.
The hips are gone.
That's what I saw in this Liverpool side.
You're rubbed out.
That's because, bro, opening 30 minutes, it felt like a typical Anfield night. 2-0, Darwin. I was doing squats. The thing almost dropped to my neck.
Bro, when Darwin banged it, yeah, I said, "Yo, my guy is arriving, bro." I was like, he's arrived, people. He's against Real Madrid on the big stage.
What?
Yeah, he's arrived. I said, he's arrived.
And then when Couture done that mistake, I said, Anfield's too hot to handle. Come on. I said, too hot to handle. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I was so over the moon. So, like, listen. But I think I never want to say like I don't ever go into a football game wanting to lose, and I don't ever think defeat is a good thing. But if anything, sort of encapsulated and was a microcosm of where we are in comparison to the good teams in Europe, there it was. It was like the heart was willing, but the body just wasn't able.
Flesh was weak, blood.
Brother, it's like it was Liverpool, but it wasn't Liverpool. If that makes sense. It's like we can bench this bench, like we've done it before, but the bones are too weak, and literally we just need wholesale changes. We need people out, and we need to bring new people in. And then if we fast forward to Saturday, it's absolute horse manure, if we're being quite frank. And we just have to like Lokonga, by the way. Lokonga will boss that game. When Sambi Lokonga's bossing your midfield, you need to ask questions. Naby KR, Peter, you said it opening tap. We need to see that passport. We need to see it because apparently he was done in Germany for illegal documents. Like he's got film.
Here we are.
Fabinho's another one. Henderson's another one. Milner's another one. Like it's decrepit and it's rotten. And we've allowed what was good to rot. And it's funny because a year ago, Liverpool were the beacon of how a football club should run. You know, excellent scouting, excellent business. We're renewing contracts every 14 days, and now we've come to the place where it just makes me sick. Yeah, for Fabinho, because the thing about Fabinho is like he's physically unable to do. He's like his bones just can't do it no more. He's slow. He's weak. He turns like the 3-4-3 bus at Elephant and Castle. Like I just don't know, man. Because a year ago he was one of the best in class. Yeah. He was the standard.
Head and shoulders. Head and shoulders.
I don't know, man.
I'm glad you mentioned the passport about Naby Keita because I found out this week after those performances, I found out he was 28 years of age.
Can't be.
He's not 20
after 45 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Have a look at him.
Guys.
Have a look at him. Have a look at him. He's younger than Fabinho, yeah? Yeah, have a look at him. Have a look at him.
Fabinho's another one.
Fabinho Oh, Lord have mercy. I mean,
lie, you know, Liverpool's downfall is just sweet. It's sweet, man. I am enjoying it as much as I don't take joy from football at the moment. Seeing Liverpool get slapped up by Real Madrid and then put in no reaction on the weekend was very surprising to me. But very,
that's something. I think that's where AD is. It's the fact that it's that no reaction to such a. Or Oscar, is it one of those where you got banged in the face? You don't want to come outside anymore just for the week. I don't want to come outside again.
I can't lie. Palace when it's cold, like after that humbling, you don't really want it.
Like Palace is Palace in the year, but like, bro, really, like
what Real Madrid done? They pulled down their pants and they urinated all over the Anfield hollow turf. I saw Luka Modric outrunning a boy 20 years his junior. What's going on here? I'm not going to blame the boy because he's 18 years old playing in the Champions League. Like the occasion was just too big for him on that night. You know, he's an amazing prospect. But what's going on here?
The thing is as well, and Oscar, you know what? Liverpool don't want to play football either this week because you know who they got on Wednesday? And it's not like a big game. They've got Wolves at home. Let me tell you something right now. That is going to be the most dullest Premier League game potentially of the season. It's going to be bad because Liverpool are shot to pieces. Obviously, Palace was a long thing. At least they got Man United on Sunday, right? I think Man United is when they're all going to rock up. It's at Anfield. I think that game is going to be absolutely fire, right? But the Wolves game where it's like nothing is riding on this game. There's nothing to gain here. Maybe the top four chances are still on. Don't get me wrong. But Wolves, Liverpool, it's not even exciting me. Like anybody that's going to that game at Anfield, I'm sure they're just going to be there just because they got a season ticket. They're just rocking up. They're just rocking up to stamp it. You know, so it's Caesar Sense is saying what now? When do we discuss the manager's input in all of this? I think we've discussed. Man, it's I don't know. AD, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Yes, I think look to that point. I think Jurgen Klopp has made a bad situation even worse. Like some of the decisions, they're becoming baffling. Now this isn't me doing a 180. Like I'm still 100% Jurgen Klopp in, and I think he needs to at least be given the opportunity to oversee a rebuild. But yeah, some of it is it's just mind blowing, and we can't blame FSG all the time. And my point has always been, we can't blame Pep Linders all the time. Last season we didn't mention him. Now it's gone bad. We're mentioning him. I think for me, Jurgen Norbert Klopp. Because I can't lie, like as bad as things are, we shouldn't be 10th in the league. Like that, this squad of players. We could talk about we could. I don't know. I don't look at the table anymore.
Chelsea fans are Liverpool fans. We both just say that we're 10th. We don't even know.
Liverpool are 7th. Liverpool are 7th in the league.
Are we?
We don't even know.
Yeah. Chelsea are 10th.
I saw Fulham, but I saw Fulham's name before us, and then I closed the app.
That's correct. Fulham are in 6th place. Brighton, who have a game in hand over you, are in 8th. Although you've got 2 games in hand over Fulham, so you could easily be in the top 6, like within a week.
I know, bizarrely, right? But do I have confidence? Do I have confidence that we're gonna win those 2 games in hand, kind of thing? But yeah,
I still blindly believe that Liverpool will make the top 4. Personally speaking, I still believe it. The thing is, do I put it on Klopp that they got slapped up at home to Real Madrid? Maybe not. I just look at it as, there were mistakes made in the game, and
horrific.
And the players were shot. They were shot, absolutely shot. Now, for the Palace game, you can argue, yeah, Klopp, come on. We need a reaction from the manager. Give us some juice, give us something to get us going again. But I was going to say, once Liverpool get 1 win under their belt, they might go on a run. However, they've had 2 wins and a draw, 2 wins and a defeat, and then a draw, and then a win. So it has been very yo-yo, don't get me wrong. But something, I just feel like Liverpool at one point are not going to be spoken of, and that's where I feel they will begin to pick up their thing. Because even Man United was similar, right? United were the talk of the town; it was all going haywire, and then at some point, people just kind of stopped caring about Man United, and they strung a sort of a round of games unbeaten, for example. And I think it's not beyond the realms of possibility for Liverpool to do the same. So yeah, I don't know, but the thing is, Klopp is such a character, so that whenever he speaks, everybody's like all ears. And he is biting, by the way. And what's so funny is this week I watched the End of a Storm documentary. So the documentary on Sky where you lot won the league.
We're in the middle of a storm right now, but yeah.
Do that to yourself.
Yeah. And so when I watched that, I was thinking, that is a very how can I put it? It made me. I saw Klopp in a different way, and I'm even more impressed. I was more impressed with him because I felt like, but I was there thinking, where is this Klopp? Like, why isn't he here? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm seeing 2 different Jurgen Klopps at the minute. But anyway,
so Peter, can I ask you guys something? I'll open the floor up. Like, what the hell do you guys think is going on? Because at the start of the season, and Carragher actually made this point, and it was brilliant what he made, because that's exactly my thought process. Because at the start of the season, I thought this is a hangover from last season. Like you played the most games, you ran the most kilometers, you ultimately suffered the most heartbreak to G yourself up to go again the next season, and to go and challenge City when they go and buy Haaland. It's tough, But we're in February now. We're in March now, basically. Like, surely at some point that pain wears away, and you find that second gear to go on in the current season. Like, what do you think? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, yeah, go on.
I genuinely think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we're privy to, obviously. But I think genuinely there's a divide amongst the camp. I don't believe for 1 second everybody is behind Klopp, players included. Everyone's behind Klopp, from top to bottom. And what's just happening is they're just not performing on the pitch, and they're not getting that confidence in it. Because Klopp comes across as a very good tactician, but a very good motivational manager as well. And I think because the way he came into Liverpool, when it was dross, and he said, look, the first thing we've got to do is get the togetherness back. We need to be together, right? And as soon as Liverpool got that harmony and got that cohesion, they were gone. Nobody could find them anymore, right? And we're talking years before they even won the league. We're talking like when Salah was scoring 30 goals and stuff like that. Like, they were playing in a way. Yeah, exactly. They were playing in a way that it was like everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet. They're on the same boat going the same way. And it doesn't feel like that right now, in my opinion. It feels like at Liverpool, there is fractions. There is fractures rather. And sort of there's sort of disconnection. There's cracks. And I don't think everybody agrees with everybody. I don't think everybody's behind Klopp. I don't think everybody's behind the players. I don't think everybody's behind the ownership. And once because it's more than just he's not being able to beat Palace away. It's way more than that. Because as you said, we can talk about it being, as even because I heard Carragher say that as well. Because I think I watched his post-match straight after the Madrid game, and he was fuming at the players. And I was like, fair enough. Like, the players are not putting in an effort. But I think that's literally down to the fact you always find this at football clubs. The players stop listening to that manager. Look at Southampton, funny enough, right? Southampton, who have been diabolical for a long time. This new brother come in, right? and they got two very solid performances. Very, very solid, right? And you just they won at the Bridge. Okay, fine. People win at the Bridge. All right, whatever, right? But Southampton are bottom of the league. You know, I see Leeds now with Javi Gracia on the weekend. The most structured I've ever seen them in my life. I've not watched Leeds long. You know what I'm saying? I've seen bit parts of Leeds, but bro, I saw a team there where I sat there like, really, this is who Leeds can be, you know. So I genuinely, you know, when you're asking me that question, bro, there are big fractures going on in that football club, and Klopp is just the face trying to hold it together. I think he's doing a bigger job than we realize.
Yeah,
I think he's doing a much bigger job than we realize, and the fact that he's even, you know, it's one of those where documentaries come out and it's like you realize, bloody hell. Look at this. This is what he was up against, not just his team, but players are not happy. No, they're not happy, and they don't look connected. That's just my opinion. That's all.
And it's mad that you mentioned the fractures for him, because about a year ago, even 4 years ago, Michael Edwards left.
Yeah,
I was gonna like, hang on a minute, what's he leaving for? This is the man that we credit for. He'll take a Jordan Ibe and he'll sell him for 20 million, and then he'll go and he'll use that money and he'll bring in a Mo Salah or whatever it is, and you're like, you think to yourself, hang on a minute, why is he like, why is he going? I don't think.
What's the word? What's the other guy? You had an assistant manager. It was a massive bloke, long black hair, and he just left.
Buvac, yeah, but that was pre-league, pre-Champions League as well. I think
was it pre-Champions League?
Okay, it's definitely pre-league. It's definitely so like he left years ago.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at that situation. I'm thinking, no, guys, the dots are not connected. It's not like they're all together. They're all connected, and they're just getting beat. No way. Liverpool can't lose the source that they've had for 5 years. They can't, like, because we don't recognize this Liverpool, right? I was watching Liverpool Chelsea. I remember I keep saying this. When I watched Liverpool Chelsea at that early kickoff, and I said, what am I watching from both sides? You know, what am I watching here? They're not connected.
Yeah.
There's a fracture. And I don't think Klopp is to blame for that. That's the thing. That's why I can't go for him.
No, he's not to blame for that, but I think it's things like,
you're saying he made it worse, which I can understand. He's not making it better. I can critique him for that. He's not making it better. But
because we can talk about
is it repairable though? Is the question. Usually in these scenarios, what makes it repairable is when the manager's gone. That's usually what happens.
Look, I might be deluded, maybe, but genuinely, I don't think how we're performing is as bad as it should be. Genuinely, I kid you not. 3 proper midfielders, and I think everything starts working again. Genuinely, 1,000%. And I know it's a cop out, and I know it's lazy because ultimately the midfields didn't make Gomez under his pass to Alisson, and then you know the midfield didn't make Alisson then kick the ball into Vinicius. I hear that. But I just think a multitude of sins, like for instance, like Henderson, and I don't want to get into the business of slagging off club legends because he's won with the league, he's won with the Champions League, and in his heyday, he was a phenomenal player. But he simply just can't do what he used to do. Like that's just what it is. He's a human being, like nobody can fight Father Time. Nobody in the history of time. So it's just it's unfortunate, and I just think genuinely mobile dynamic, hard running midfield that can get over to the right hand side to give Trent some support, that can win their duels, that can win tackles, that can actually pass. I think it changes a lot for this Liverpool side. So I see us challenging next season if we get the right players, and I'm talking 3 or 4 players, not, you know what I mean.
That's a stick. Ernest's comment. That's a stick we can beat Klopp with. I would just like to know what the ins and outs were before I even raise the ruler, because I don't feel like I don't feel like Klopp. Oscar, I genuinely don't think Klopp went into the
He's
summer.
come out and said it so many times.
I'm with Peter.
No, but I think he's a socialist, man. This guy's not going to go out there and stick his team under the bus. He's not going to throw his team under the bus.
He literally came out and said, when his midfielders got injured last season, he came out to all the journalists and said, "You were right, I was wrong. We needed a midfielder. You were right, I was wrong." Do you remember he did that rant?
But was he serious though? He was sarcastic, wasn't he? He was being sarcastic.
Bro, every single summer they ask him about a midfielder. He says, "Why? We have Ox, we have Elliot, we have Curtis Jones. Why?"
Because he's not gonna. Because you know what? Because he's name me a manager who actually comes out and says we need to buy central midfielders when they've got their team.
No, come on, Peter. Managers talk about when they want to strengthen. Managers talk about this. Come on.
Klopp's historically never done it.
I ain't seen Klopp do it.
After
He says he doesn't. But then when you ask him why Liverpool are not winning, he'll always talk about, "Oh, we don't spend as much as the others." He'll always say that,
which is true.
So you can't have it both ways. You can't have it. You can't say
can be true.
You can't have it. Both can't be true. You can't say we don't need to spend, and then when people ask you why are you failing, you're saying because we don't spend as much as the others. So you need to spend.
What I'm saying is that when he says we don't need to spend, I think he's just saving the clubs back. I don't think he actually believes that.
Okay,
he knows he does.
The club is not saving his back because they gave him that midfield again for another year. So,
or they didn't get the player that he was after. You know what I'm saying? They probably hung him out to dry.
Hey, Lola's moving, man. They bought the Aardvark. That's crazy, you know.
Aardvark, you know. Okay, let's move it along, shall we? Unless you got anything more.
Before we get on to the next game, Endo had a random question. Did you read it out when I was away?
No.
Sorry, I was having a hot tea and now I can't find the question. Brilliant.
No.
Oh yeah, he says random question, but how come none of the Majuzzi brothers have beard? Do you all have alopecia?
Wow, that's an outrageous take, Endo.
Listen, a family of Shelby's. That's
mate. When I'm 65, boy, you know what I'm saying. I'm looking 40.
You just need to start shaving, you lot, bro.
Enforce it.
The reason my beard doesn't grow is because I shave it. I had to shave it for the Givenchy contract.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, Oscar.
Okay then. on that note,
model. They wouldn't let me model with a full beard, so I had to cut it off.
You see?
Wow. All right then.
Nah, I'm joking.
Okay, let's move it along. Unless we got anything else on Liverpool before we move on. Anything else, mate?
Final
they
thing.
Suck. That's what.
yeah, we do. But we'll be back. I'm with Peter. Like for me, it's bizarre how Klopp can identify a midfield target, bid 60 million for him, and then be happy with the same midfield without getting the target. That for me, I haven't been able to get my head around it. Instance.
It doesn't indeed. Let's move over to the energy drink champs as Robinho, who has stepped in the building, has announced. Whoa!
Don't want to talk about that fake that dibby cup, bro.
Let me tell you that right now. Hey, listen.
Hey guys, come on.
I'll have one comment on this because I didn't watch the game. Because if you think I'm going to watch Man United in a final that they could potentially win, you must be out your friggin'
listen. They should have. Bruv, this one gets an asterisk next to it, yeah. Because guess who was in goal, bro? Carriers, bro.
It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Nick Pope was a bonehead.
No, hold on. Time out. Can you miserable Arsenal fans who don't know how to celebrate anything in your life pack it in and give it a rest and let Robin celebrate the fact that his team has won a trophy for the first time since 2017? How dare you come on here on your negative?
That's mad, you know. Robin said 2 words. It's like the goalkeeper, brother.
Arsenal fans are disgraceful.
Wait, when you say Arsenal fans, hang on. What did I say?
You tried to deviate from the happiness that Robin was about to bring. Robin was about to bring joy.
What I was saying
is already in the comments bringing joy.
What I was saying was, I don't have anything to say on this game. However,
to say nothing. You tell us you ain't got nothing to say.
I'm the host.
Bro, he's the host,
Listen, I'm the guy that's signaling the plane to come this way. Okay, I'm waving Robin in. Who's just landed from Munich. I'm waving him in. Okay, welcome back.
No, it's not even landed from Munich. I'm still in Bavaria. This is Guten Abend. I am an hour ahead.
Ich habe einen Bleistift.
I am in Germany for work purposes. Well, I came to say Guten Abend from the energy drink champs. Nah, what can I say? Peter, I want to apologize to you personally because to this day, I still don't give a damn about this cup. This cup is trash. I want to get rid of it. But there's something about winning in Wembley. Something about winning in Wembley.
They didn't want to give me. They didn't listen. I ain't even won that before.
It is lovely. Champion. But yeah, you Arsenal fans are hating. I have seen nothing but hate and abuse from winning a cup. And you yourself, Peter, you said it was an asterisk. You said it was an asterisk because Karius is in goal. I said, this is the same Peter. This is the same Peter. This is the same Peter.
Hold on, mate. You're accusing, bro.
That was not me, boy.
You're accusing the wrong person, bro. Come on,
look at Barabbas. Let's hold it. Let's hold 5 minutes. Okay?
I'm holding you in there.
No,
big man, I'm the one who said it, bro.
I'm doing the Thierry Henry, you know, like when he doesn't want to get
okay. Then
play because he's
I apologize. I suppose to speak. David, Nick Pope was the one that stopped. That's his problem. We didn't tell him to go handball the ball 30 yards out of his goal. None of that stuff. But yeah, no, whatever, it is the first trophy of the Ten Hag era. Great day out at Wembley. All the Newcastle fans tried to take over Trafalgar Square, all that stuff, but it came up to Nish, so I don't care. I don't care about that. Oh, it's been fantastic Sunday. What can I say, really? Just 2-0. Comfortable. Yes, we had issues at the start. Newcastle were on it. Delo was struggling against Aaron St. Maximin. But then Aaron Wan-Bissaka came on and just said, "You're not coming through, not one bit." And yeah, no, just hold it out, really. The one thing I can tell about Newcastle is that they do a lot of things, but they just can't finish. That's just the answer to that, really. And it just played into our advantage.
They don't score a lot of goals, do they?
They don't do. Yes. Wembley. We're the famous man now, we're going to Wembley. But yeah, no, honestly, great Sunday. Like, it's been a fantastic week for Manchester United, really. Tucked in Barcelona. And again, this is why I get to Peter, because he said that Barcelona has something for us. So I am looking at you this time. And you said, I don't forget words. I do not forget words. And
imagine my expression when I saw Robert Lewandowski kick things off. I said, here we go. I said, here we are.
No.
It was superb.
And then it's got put to bed. It's got put to bed by Fred and Anthony. And yeah, no. What can I say, really? It's been a great week.
Robin,
we won a trophy.
Can I ask in the comments of Manchester United fans? You know, they have every right to celebrate. Shout out to Caesar Sense. He says, Wembley. Shout out to Abdi. He says, back to winning ways again. Great momentum boost for the rest of the season. We beat Barca and won a trophy the same week. Peter, you fraud. Come outside. You said Eric.
Okay. And here's the thing. Yeah, it was all going smoothly well. Robin was here drinking in that Carabao. Yeah, straight off the trophy tin. Absolutely.
Right? It's still a trash trophy. I will say this now. Let's get rid of it.
It's the fact that even Robin said, you know what? Hey, I get it. Winning at Wembley, I get it. There's no better feeling. There's no feeling like it. But then for you now, what's his name? Abdi065. Huh? Because he wins the Carabao Cup and he beats Barca in the same week. I should come outside. I'm called a fraud. Listen, Ten Hag, come and win. Ten Hag, come and win something better than what Mikel has won. Mikel, you know, come and win something that's better than Mikel's. Then we can come outside.
100%
I was gonna leave. No, Robin. I was gonna leave it alone.
Trust me. Available trophy.
100%.
I'm just saying. No. I'm not saying. Wait there, guys. It's because I got called out to come outside. I ain't leaving my crib. Not until there's something worthy of praise. I can come outside when the Champions League's lifted, when the Europa League is lifted, when the Premier League is lifted. Excuse me. Man United's first trophy in 6 years. Okay, since then we were winning FA Cups. Let's freaking calm down a second, okay?
Wait, why have you made that about Arsenal? Why have you made it about Arsenal?
No, because he made it about Man United. That's
what they do.
That's all.
It's about Man United.
Listen, should I cut AD? Should I come outside when a man wins the Carabao Cup? Should I come outside?
Oh, bro, like, you were scathing.
It's only February, people. It's only February, people.
You essentially called him a bald fraud. He said, you don't know what United are doing. He's only managed in the Eredivisie. And bro, after that 6-3 against Man City, you were scathing.
100%. And rightly so. And rightly so, no? And also, by the way, guys, because he's won the Europa League, it doesn't mean the Carabao Cup, it doesn't mean I'm wrong. It doesn't mean I'm wrong about Eric Ten Hag.
In the end,
he's won the Carabao Cup, and everyone is having a hard on about it. Listen, I remember Jose Mourinho winning the Carabao Cup and the Europa League, and many Man United fans said this man is not the man for Manchester United. Right?
I've seen.
Sure, but I've seen Ollie finish second.
That was a great era. Remember the 6-1 United era? That was hilarious.
We've seen Ollie finish second, and people have had their skepticism about it. All I'm saying, listen, this is not me. This is not the time to bash or bring up the fact that I bash Eric Ten Hag. This isn't the time. I can assure you. You guys are too soon. You're peaking early. You're peaking early.
Peter's right.
Peaking early.
Like I'm not ready to call out Peter on Eric Ten Hag yet. I'm still.
You can save that because there's room for it to come. Yeah, there's room for it.
There's room for it to come.
Robin, that's what I love about you. Exactly, because if man them come to court with this, they'll lose. Yeah, no, you can't come to court with me with this. Get out of here.
I am waiting.
Assad probably has the most ludicrous comment I've seen. Call me bad, but Eric Ten Hag has generally impressed me more than Arteta this season.
Come on.
Like, how could Arteta possibly impress you more?
The thing is, the guy like Man United had like some raggedy old team. Like, come on. This is where it gets too much. It gets too much. But
there was. I will say this: there was a lot of hate. There was a lot of hate from everyone coming through. And I'm just like, what? This is what I missed, though, because growing up as a United fan, this is what I missed. Yeah. It was like it was either if we win, it's just nothing, blah blah blah. If we lose, the slander was gonna come through. So I would rather win and the hate come through.
Oh, guys, I'll be ringing the bell. I'll be ringing the bell. What? Newcastle ain't won a trophy in 6 years.
Even I would have got involved.
They would have gone through. So the fact that we win it and people are like crazy, like, it's just the Carabao Cup. This is just bringing up my childhood. I love it. Give me more. I love the hate. But I can say honestly that it was a good game. Fun to watch, fun to see. There was points where Newcastle were at it. I'll say between the first 50 minutes, it was back and forth. And after the 2-0, in the 60-something minutes, we're getting a bit complacent. And I didn't like that because I was thinking all it takes is one goal and it just changes it. But we just kept it calm. The subs were fine.
You don't think you killed Newcastle mentally, though? You don't think in the first half you killed them? Yeah. Don't you think the game was over? Don't you think the game was actually over?
No. When it was 2-0 half time, I thought it was over. I thought like, we've won it. But there's everything about football is about like you have to get to 90 minutes because anything happened. Anything happened. What the famous saying on Twitter, 2-0 is the most devastating lead or the most dangerous lead you could ever have. Yeah, that was put to bed. But it was ringing back in my ringing back in my head, really.
I can liken it to, you know, when Man United was 2-0 up, it was like Kurt Angle putting an ankle lock on, and Dalot was on a yellow card, When Eric Ten Hag took off Dalot and brought on Wan-Bissaka, Kurt Angle just sat down on the ankle lock. It was over. Honestly, I literally said that's when he became Alan St. Minimum. He was Alan St. Minimum from that point. It was all St. Minimum. And also, Mr. Dan Burn, Anthony sent him to the shops terribly, just having fun with him like it was 5-a-side. That was horrid.
And then, yeah, no, all good, really. Casemiro, bullet header, Karius. Everyone wanted his redemption story, couldn't care less. He could potentially be at fault for the second goal, but it was deflection, but we'll give it to him.
Honestly, I'll be
Yeah.
real. I really wanted Newcastle to win. I didn't give a monkeys about Carrier's redemption story.
Yes, for them.
If anything,
Do you know what's so funny? Even Burger King, I was seeing Burger King tweet Laureus Karius. I was like, what are you getting involved for?
These brands do this random thing, like Specsavers will get involved and Paddy.
I was just like,
Greg's
raw.
I respect it.
I was like, raw, no, really, they want to get, but yeah, on it, but no, good game. We were expected to win. That's just the honest truth. Really, we were expected to win, and we delivered. It's the first trophy on the Ten Hag. Couldn't be more happy. But honestly, we move on to Wednesday. We got FA Cup. I want to get out of the FA Cup. I really don't want to be in it because we've got too many games. Still in Europa. Still got top 4 to fight for. And that's going to take most of our energy. So I would not mind leaving the FA Cup out.
To be fair, you will be West Ham.
It's a win.
You will win.
And it's more. Liverpool's more important. Liverpool is more important. I would rather have a win at Anfield than face West Ham in the cup game. I don't know. Winning at Anfield will be the cherry on top, really. But I can't really say a bad thing about the game. It's so weird. I've seen Harry Maguire lift the trophy. That is insane.
Was he the skipper?
He was the co-skipper. That's the other thing about it. I think we've now got co-captains. That's what it kind of alluded to, because one hand was Harry Maguire and the other hand was Bruno Fernandes. So they lifted it together because Bruno's been the captain most of our time, really. Yeah. So they lifted it together, and then Harry Maguire got afterwards, and he has a picture lifting the Carabao Cup. He could put that on his fridge.
Man. He deserves it. He had the captain's armband as well, man. Big up Harry, man. Big up
No
Harry.
one can take that away from him.
Yeah, man. Certain man wanted to take the captain's armband in the summer. I remember that. But trophies.
Wow.
Waste, man, bro. He's so trash. He's so trash.
Says, I wish Bruno squared it to
Sancho. He should have squared it to
Sancho.
Sancho.
Miss at Wembley again. Do me a favour.
That was rude. There was no need for that. There was no need for that.
Hey, this is the Carabao Cup. It's not the Magnum Cup. All right.
Wow.
Wow.
I need a yellow. It's a yellow.
That is hate. That is hate.
You push man into the hoardings.
That's the tonic wine cup, you know. You lot.
Sancho's happy, man. It's all
And I just want to say once again from the bottom of my head, thank you, Veronica, for refusing for your son to come to Manchester United. Because if not, Casemiro would not have happened. And he's a breath of fresh air.
You should have had him.
A world-class CDM. I could not believe it. Amazing. But yeah, no, good week. I can't really say. Got one trophy in the bag. Beat Barcelona on a great game. Great team. It's so good at Manchester. It's so good. I can't say anything bad about them. So yeah, onwards and move.
Yeah.
Rubinho is living life indeed. Oscar, can we move on to anybody else living life? Because it's the Arsenal FC, top of the league, beating Leicester City 1-0, the most one-sided 1-0 victory you will see in the Premier League.
Should have been 1-1. Just saying.
It should have been 2-0. Who are you talking about? The call on Trossard's goal was a joke. It was an absolute joke. I mean, what? Ben White's holding the goalkeeper's hand, so that's why we're going to rule it off. It's just and it's the fact that VAR went and overturned that. It was a quality finish from Trossard. I was so delighted for him. But listen, Martinelli giving us that Thierry Henry. Yeah, did you not see it, bruv? Did you not see it? Trossard with a little knock on, a bit of Dennis Bergkamp there, and then what? Glide, and then what's his name? Was it Mendy that tried to stamp on Martinelli's knee? How dare he? He needs to watch himself. Dave.
Yes.
Arsenal clean sheet, 3 points away from home.
That's what I want to see, bro.
Anything that concerned you at all in that game, or where were you in terms of watching that?
Tell Ben White to pattern up the dark arts, man. So if you're gonna pull
it was feeble, wasn't it? It was feeble. It was
It
was dropped.
If you're gonna pull the arm, like come on, pattern up, bro.
He's been at it all season, but then when things go against Arsenal, I see diatribes of 67 fouls until people get a yellow card or all the alleged VAR calls that go against you. But when Ben White does it, when he's throwing players on the floor, it's fine.
Hey, D, this one's come from the depths, sir.
We see them getting away with it all season, and the dark arts.
Anyway,
I was concerned about Leicester because I thought, they're going to have a lot of chances. Even at Old Trafford, for example, they had about 19 shots on goal. But with no Maddison, they just looked lost creatively. They didn't seem like they had anything.
Yeah.
I think they had one shot on goal.
100%.
Arsenal just need to take their chances, though, David, man.
Trust.
We need to put them in the away. We need to create more chances, make them more, like I know we had shots on goal. We obviously will always boss possession. And that's one thing I think I love about this Arsenal side that I haven't seen in a long time is Arsenal controlling football matches. Because a lot of the time since Wenger left, it's been a bit of a mixed bag with Arsenal. You might get some games where we have the ball and some games when we're hanging on for dear life. But for once, I think consistently from start to finish, I don't know a game where a team has had more of the ball than us. Even Man City, we had more of the ball than they did. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I obviously having the ball doesn't mean you win games, but it's in your control. So I'm just very happy to see that much. Like I said, it's the most one-sided 1-0 you'll find because we absolutely controlled that game. It was ours to throw away, and that's the thing with the Premier League. You concede one, make it 1-1 in the 88th minute, and all of a sudden, Arsenal absolutely bottling it. But yeah, it was solid for me, man. I don't really have much to say, but good finishes from both players.
I don't have much to say either, mate.
You don't have much to say.
Just don't drop. Don't drop points.
We're top of the league, bro. We're top of the league, man.
All I'm saying, don't drop points, bro. That's it.
Our game in hand is on Wednesday.
Are you gonna can the Europa then? Or should you can Europa?
Get rid.
You don't ask me that question. You know my thoughts on cups. I want them all.
I want your opinion.
I want them all. No, I don't think we should. But
Sporting Lisbon.
But the truth of the matter is this, though, isn't it? Yeah, the longer we go in the Europa League, the more harm it does to our title chances. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the truth of the matter. It does put more harm because we're playing more games. There's more engine, we're using more mileage if we're playing games and we're going abroad and then coming back and then playing on the Sunday and blah blah. Like, really and truly, let me tell you this, right? If we go out in the Europa League, would I be devastated? I'll cry on the day and then I'll get over it on Friday. That type of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like on to the next game. But if we lose the Europa League game and then lose the Premier League game, because you know what we're like, when we lose one, we don't seem to get out of this rut. We have 2, 3, and 4 bad results. So it's like, let's not. If you have to play it carefully, if he puts out a weak side, fine, and we go out fine. But imagine it's our first 11, Robin, and we're getting beat at the Andrade Stadium. I don't know if I could deal with it, So the truth is, David, where are you? Are you canning? David's a canner, bro.
Yeah, I'm canning.
He's canning town. He's like Mark Noble.
I said he's canning town.
Yo,
Mark Noble in a dish.
Yo,
is there
that's a brilliant name.
Is there a possibility that Man United and Arsenal meet each other in the final?
There is.
Yes, it depends. If we have to get through the last 16.
The quarterfinal hasn't been drawn yet.
Yeah,
anything goes.
So, yeah.
No, it's not been drawn yet. So we'll get through the 16, and then there's going to be a quarterfinal draw. And I think that quarterfinal kind of maps.
So the quarterfinal, it does quarterfinal, semi. It does the mapping. It does from that point.
Mapping, doesn't it? Yeah. So
there should be a run 32 for this cup. By the way, it's ridiculous.
By the way, I mean, Sporting Lisbon is not going to be easy for us. I think we're going to find it challenging. This is a team that was in the Champions League. They were top. They won the Portuguese league, if not last season, the year before. And the manager they've got now is been rumored to be the next Jose Mourinho. He's a very good manager, young manager as well. So You know, it's not going to be a walk in the park. That's for damn sure. Once
Problem
again,
is,
we get the Champions League team in the Europa League. It's so friggin' frustrating.
do we have enough?
I mean, we had it. So
Yeah, but like
Yes.
I hear you. You man finished second in the group, though. I hear that. Like, how are we top in the group and we get a Champions League side?
Yeah,
It's just, it's you know what I'm saying, it's like, come on, you know. But anyway, at the end of the day, who have you got in the last?
Worse. You could have had Juventus. We got Real Betis.
You got Betis. Okay.
See, look at this, bro. What's coming?
Yeah,
Wow. It's a joke, bro.
I'd rather play Betis than Sporting Lisbon. Do you know what I mean? Just anyway, whatever. Like,
But
you know,
that's another reason for Canning. We only got 2 strikers. Well, we only got 1 striker, bro.
What did you think about Trossard playing in that false 9? A little bit of Martinelli moving in a bit central.
It wasn't as
the one in the 9.
Yeah, I genuinely think Martinelli should be in the 9. To be fair,
yeah, but then again, as I said,
but Trossard was
short.
good. Trossard
No,
was
but what I'm saying was short.
Yeah, just in general.
Either way, we're short. Now he gets injured, we're pissed.
Yeah.
That's my only problem with this squad. We're just short. You can't do much tinkering. So, hey, he's gonna have to figure that out.
That's a good question, though, because what if you end up tripleless, which is a possibility? Is it a successful season? No.
Do you know who I'm blaming? I'm blaming Edu, bro. This lays at the feet. I can't say honestly. I know I'm not Arteta in, but mate, this lays at the feet of Edu, bro. Do your job, bro. Do your job.
What's your question, Robin?
So let's say City come back, win the league. You're out of Europa. You're out of FA Cup.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if
been and gone. Been and
gone. Then it's a successful season for Arsenal.
Where do we finish in the league? Second. Yeah, successful.
Listen, no. If he gets top 4, obviously, let's say he gets 3 or 4, I'm not going to be mad. I'll probably be upset, but I'm laying it all at the feet of Edu, bro. Do your job.
Listen,
bro.
I'm biting your hand off for 4th. I'm biting it right now. Let me not even lie. I've not played Champions League football.
Arsenal finishing top 4. Let's keep it back. You guys are.
I'm just saying, innit? Like, you know, I'd still listen. I'll definitely top 2. I'll be very happy with top 2 this season because we've then progressed tremendously.
This is beyond your wildest dreams.
I never thought this. What do you mean? I'm in a title race. What do you mean? I'm top of the league? What do you mean I'm top of the league?
Don't get me wrong. Like the only thing is, it would be a bit of a bottle. If you were from this position, if you were to go on to not win the league, it would be a bit of a bottle. But
do you think there's a bottle from here? Do you think so?
In context.
Do you think there's a bottle from here? Bearing in mind it's only 2 points.
I'm not saying it's a bottle job.
It was 9 a while ago, no?
It's a tiny bottle. It's a tiny bottle still.
Robin, guys, listen. Look who we're up against. Yeah.
No. I get it. I get it. But it's the same standard that I hold against Liverpool. If that makes sense. Like they were far ahead, and City caught them.
Because bear in mind, remember what
I have to hold the same standard. If that makes sense. If you're going to be so far ahead from City, and then you let it go, then that's your fault. It's not City's fault.
No, guys.
What I'd say though is that, do you remember when I would call Brendan Rodgers bottles and you lot called me harsh? You remember the gaps he was leaving and where he finished? Like, Arsenal, you could say they had an 8-point gap, but the games were never even, right? They've never been even till now. We're getting our game even against Man City this Wednesday, right? So effectively, it's probably been 5 points throughout the season, argument's sake, right? Like, can you bottle 5 points clear in February? I don't know. I don't know if that's called a bottle job, really and truly. Like, if we're in April and we're 10 points clear, if we're in March and we're 15 points clear, I understand your point. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you totally. It's just that we're 2 points. Yes, and guess what? We lost. Who did we lose to where the gap went down? Was it just losing to City?
City, then we dropped points.
And Everton. We lost to Everton, right? Everton drew with Brentford, lost to City. But we're still top of the league. Like, even with all of that happening, guess what happened? City dropped points as well. And we finished, and we're still above them now. We could lose to Everton on Wednesday. We're still top of the league by 2 points. But does that mean we're bottling it if we lose the title now? Come on. I mean, 8 points clear in January. January is nothing, though. January is nothing. And it's not the January of every season. It's the January in 2022-3 season where really and truly, we had played like 18, 17 games. Normally by now you've played way more. I don't know, man. Bottle is too much of a strong word, man.
But
This ain't a Leicester team.
I've always said our squad depth is not good enough to win.
And David's been consistent with that.
I've been saying that, so hey, it is what it is. If you're saying we've had a Liverpool type side where everyone is going gun and leather, then fine, bro.
My counter argument is that there's only one team that's been in this position and lost the league, and that's Liverpool. Every other team has, from your position in January, gone on to win the league.
No, but you look at the team. But look at the team they had. You had Gerrard, you got Suarez, you had Sterling. Who else was there? Like, you look at the team. Like, you had. No,
I'm not talking the 24. I'm talking the 2018-19 season. Yeah.
I mean, they lost to City with 1 point, 97 points.
Yo, we won to lost 9 games in a row, by the way.
Like, they did everything.
What can you do, bro?
You got that one.
But the league is in your hands. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
As much as I understand, if you lose it, it's your fault if you lost it. And that's
listen, it's in Arsenal's hands to win the league this year, without a shadow of a doubt, right? We do understand our limitations in this title race, but I wouldn't go as far as to call it bottle. It will just be like, look, you got robbed. You know what I'm saying? City came to your crib, took all your belongings, and left with the title. That's what it was. We got mugged.
We
weren't good enough.
Yeah, we weren't good enough. And that's it. That's what I'm saying. Look, they've got Haaland.
We're not equipped like
Haaland,
when Liverpool are fighting for the league or Chelsea fighting for the league. You know what I'm saying? When Liverpool and Chelsea are fighting for the league, they're equipped. They're not like us. Guys, this is the weakest side that will ever fight for a title. Let's be very, very clear. The weakest squad, let me say. It's the weakest squad.
I don't know.
Come on, fight for a title. I say again.
Quick question, like they're saying do you reckon Saliba Gabriel is the best centre-back partnership in the league?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
Are they the best part centre? Like what? Do they make team of the year this season?
I think they do.
They do if they win the league. Yeah.
Hey, SW6, you know what I'm talking about, man.
I lie. SW6 like we don't know. Like you don't know. You've won leagues.
You won leagues, man.
You've won leagues.
You've won leagues. Leicester done it. You done it, man. Do it.
Listen.
Yeah. And look who they had.
No. Leicester fought. First of all, Leicester's 11 was fantastic. We come to realize, but also their title frigging challenge was against Spurs. For goodness sake, it weren't against Man City. It weren't against Man City, and they won the league on what 81 points. Is this Manchester United in 2006? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different. We're in a different sphere. 2007. I meant to say we're in a different sphere.
You won the league of 79 points one year.
Hey, you're talking 90s though.
I got it. It's ridiculous.
On the real, yeah, exactly. That Leicester definitely did it, and hats off to Leicester. Absolutely, like they are definitely probably the weakest team that's ever done it in its time. But they had their title challenge with Spurs. Ours is still City, by the way, who bought Haaland in the summer. For goodness sake!
But you strengthened in Jan. You strengthened in Jan to go that way. Bro. You strengthened in Jan to go that way.
No, we didn't.
No, listen. We no. To be fair, David, we bought Trossard, we bought Jorginho. Yeah, we bought players to try and strengthen the squad. We did, but it's not enough. It's still not enough. That's the truth of the matter, Robin. It's not enough. It's not enough to go toe to toe with City every year. We know that in the summer. By the way, we'll be strengthening.
I'm not saying every year. I'm talking about this season.
But you know what? Do you know what? That's heavily reliant on. I don't know what you think, David. Yeah, I think this is heavily reliant. The reason we can challenge so much so in this season is because of how bad City are this year. Because if we get the normal City that we've been accustomed to for 5, 6, 7 years, they're gone. They'll be gone. They'll be hunting down our throats and they'll be stamping on us. But we'll be giving a good showing. We'll be giving a good showing for ourselves, no doubt about it.
And that's all I'm saying. Guys, I've seen Liverpool for the past 4 years compete with this team, bro. Hitting 90s, bro, and you're not winning leagues.
Bro, now, Liverpool have hit 90. Was it twice? Have you hit 90 twice, Liverpool?
3 times.
3 times. So
no. We hit it twice and not won the league, and then we hit it 3 times in total.
To win the league. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool gone and hit 90 points twice, not winning. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
And then man want to tell me why hasn't Klopp bought midfielders?
What's your projection at the moment?
No, I genuinely,
you know.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not gonna lie to any of you, man. I think Arsenal are gonna win the league. I genuinely think that right here, right now. I genuinely think it right here, right now. Where's my man? Where's Mirad? You know what I'm saying? Hashtag, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's definitely Arsenal's to lose. No doubt about it.
Honestly, Pete,
bro.
Honestly, Pete,
look at it.
No.
Like,
my only reason why we won't win it.
Sorry,
the only reason why we
David,
won't win it, yeah. The only reason why I'm saying we won't win it, not enough goals. That is it. That is all I'm saying.
Compared to who? We score goals. Okay, fine.
No,
fine. The goal difference is gargantuan. Yeah,
where it's gonna come from.
But do you know what, David? But you see the goals thing, yeah. City do a lot of stat padding, man. Like they scored 4. Who did they beat? 4 against Bournemouth. I mean, like
but Adrian, this is what I'm saying. I know where the goals can come from. If it's not Martinelli or Saka, where is it coming from?
Bro, everybody scored for Arsenal this season.
Bro, I'm saying consistently, bro. Come on, you know what I'm talking.
Bro, over the course of a season, to have 11 players on the pitch capable of putting the ball in there, it's something to behold.
Bro. Do you know what? But David, we've scored 52 goals this season in 24 games in the league. That's a good return.
Who's our top scorer? Who's our top goal scorer?
It's probably like Erdogan or something random like that.
Martinelli.
Is Martinelli our top goal scorer?
This is what I'm saying.
His first goal in about a year.
This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying. When the goals from midfield dry up, bro.
Yeah, Martinelli and Saka have 9 goals each. Trossard in all comps for both teams has got 8, and so too has Martin Ødegaard. Meanwhile, Erling Haaland has 27 goals.
And where's my striker? Where's our striker? What's
Nketiah? But he's been out for like a year.
No, Nketiah. I'm talking about Nketiah. Lola, what I'm saying, when it comes to the business end,
hey, it's looking bleak. Hey, listen, David, Eddie hasn't got more goals than Jesus in the league.
Your defense
and yet
your defense is in trouble.
And Jesus has got 5 Premier League goals this season. He hasn't kicked a ball since November. And Eddie's got 4 Premier League goals this season. Hey, Eddie, I need you to come, man. I need you to turn up against Everton this Wednesday.
Look, guys. Anyway, let me not argue. Let's stay positive. But that's all I'm saying. My striker needs to be striking. That's all I'm saying.
Look, David, don't worry about it, mate.
No, I have confidence in my midfield, but when the goals dry up there, my striker needs to up his viva, bro.
Listen, would you argue though we've recovered from that little spell that we had? Would you say we've recovered with the win against Villa and Leicester?
Beat Everton, then we can chat.
Hey, if you don't beat Everton. If you do not beat Everton, I'll be here. I will be here no matter what.
Peter, you know our team.
You see, no, David. Sean Dyche and his Everton side coming to the Emirates. Excuse me. Show some freaking respect. There is 3 and 4 coming for Everton this week, especially losing out there. Dyche is going to receive 3 and 4.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just give them the 3 and 4, and then I'll be with you. But
bro, they're coming to the Emirates with Neil Maupay. Are you kidding me? Huh?
Listen. Neil Maupay has caused more issues for Arsenal in the last few years than any other striker.
It's so funny. Like I watch us get beat by Everton at Goodison. I watch Villa get beat by Arsenal at Villa Park, and then I watch Villa go and beat Everton. I thought, look at this garbage. Look at this shower of crap. Sean Dyche and his boys. Oh, come on. Do me a favor, love. Yes, David, bro. After this win on Wednesday, trust me, mate. It's ours in the bag, my friend.
Okay.
How many top 6 teams we got to face left?
We still got all of them. To be fair, we've got a lot of them. We still got to go to Anfield. That's not nice. We got to play Chelsea at home. We got to go to St James's Park.
Newcastle.
And we got to go to the Etihad. So I might be speaking a bit too early. I can't even lie. Tell you, April is going to be hell on earth, man. Let me tell you. That's why we need to get.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Can the Europa League, bro?
Yeah. You know what, David? I hear that. I fucking hear that. You're right. You're right. Because look at Arsenal's next few fixtures, yeah? Before we move on. Arsenal's next like 3, 4, 5 fixtures. Home to Everton, home to Bournemouth, away at Fulham, home to Palace, home to Leeds. Do me a favour. 15 points, man.
And you got a Europa League in between there.
Run that blood. Listen, whatever, bro. Lima, let them man score for us.
Wait, Pete. Are you going out to Lisbon? It's a nice trip.
I was planning to do a cheeky trip, bruv, but it's come too soon. I'm waiting for that. Let's wait for that quarterfinal, boy. Lads night out.
You're not getting that.
You're not getting what?
All right, Lisbon will be warm at this time still. I would have gone out there.
Lisbon is nice. I was there in 2019.
Hello to the Ben.
Bro, they try to charge me more than double than what they charge one of my friends to get in the club. Never mind.
Whoa.
Well, it's another story for another day.
When was single, yeah?
Yo, the racismo, my guys.
You said your Ben was single and you got a double entry.
Bro, I see Ray Parlour, blood, yeah? I'm there with Ray Parlour, blood, yeah? He walks into this bar. He's like 30 euros in. A couple of us now, yeah, roll up behind him. You know what I'm saying? Bouncing. After we're winning in Lisbon, bouncing. 300 euros. What?
On a libertine thing.
No. 300 euros?
Oscar.
Wow.
The racism.
Bro. From 30 to 300. It's
10 times. 10 times.
10 times.
What is this Monopoly?
And the fact that it was just like bare face, like it wasn't even a thing, like it was bare face blood.
I did it the worst thing. Nothing you can do about it.
Let me tell you something, AD. There was not a damn thing I could do about that. I had to leave. No, I went somewhere else. I went somewhere else, bro. Oh, Lisbon. Up and down, man. Up and down. Okay, where we were. Who's left? Is there any other team to talk about? There's nothing.
Nah, bro.
Oscar, go through the comments while I blow my nose.
Endo loves Peter's stories times. He says you man should start a small series called Top 4 Podcast Corner or something.
Endo should be the host.
Yeah, pick up Endo's questions. They always add it. Oh yeah, man. Pete, where are we going next?
Oh, right, just one comment. Okay, fine.
I don't want to go back to the football ones because we'll go back into Arsenal again.
Sure. No worries. We'll go through the fixtures. Obviously, City responded to Arsenal's win at Leicester.
Hey, Bournemouth win. Hey, Bournemouth, just get them out of here, man. Honestly,
get out.
Yeah.
Bournemouth.
I had no time for Bournemouth.
Trash stadium, trash everything out.
Don't worry about it. We got them in a couple of weeks. We got them on Saturday, actually, David. We're going to give them a nice good spanking as well.
Everyone going to see Creed 3, man.
Wow. Everton 0, Aston Villa 2. Unai Emery bouncing back. Ollie Watkins scoring his 5th goal in a row in the Premier League is a league record for Aston Villa. And I think probably a Premier League record in general. Maybe. I don't know.
Peter?
No, it's not.
He's a good striker, you know.
David really wants to talk about FPL. I don't really want to talk about it.
We might slide into that DM later.
I forgot my password.
FPL DM, you know what I mean. Anyway, I forgot my password. Leeds United, Javi Gracia and newly appointed, is it Sellers? I can't remember his name. But yeah, Leeds United 1, Southampton 0. Big 6-pointer down there. West Ham United 4. Nottingham Forest 0. Didn't see that result coming. And the Friday night football was Fulham 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Good result for Wolves. Who was the goal of the week?
Rice, Declan Rice.
Oh, Deckers.
Really?
Oh, big goal. Good goal.
Yeah, he scored a banger.
I would
have given it to Trossard if it counted, but hey.
So are we going to skip the main event?
Ooh,
Ollie skip.
Skip.
No, because Kepa's the worst goalkeeper in the league.
Oh, but Oscar, it was a banger.
It was a banger.
Guys, go and watch the goal again. It doesn't hit the bar. Kepa pushes it into the bar. It's nowhere near going. Like, it's not a good shot. It's straight at the keeper.
I must say, Robin. I must say,
This goalkeeper.
Another banger.
I looked at Kepa and I said, and I was thinking, Chelsea need two things in the summer: a striker and a goalkeeper. Honestly,
Have we talked about Chelsea already? Oscar, are we in or out?
Robin, we're done.
Are you out? Are we out?
Yeah, it's over, man. It's over.
Listen. I'm enjoying the German air, so I'm not having the chance to watch the start.
Oscar's had it.
Balotelli, I can't sticky.
I'll watch it back.
Go and rewatch that goal. I promise you, if you don't play score hero, you put the ball there, you're not scoring. No keeper's that bad will score hero. You can't score like that. Declan Rice is goal of the week.
Keep it up. Glory.
Kepa has been good this season, but you can't help. He's crap. He's not been good this season. He's crap.
70 million quid
against Nottingham Forest. What was he doing against Manchester City?
Where is my boy? Where is my boy Benji? Where is Benji?
What was he doing?
Where is Benji?
Mendy's been injured for a long time. Bro, Kepa's trash. Like, people think because we've been limiting shots that he's had a good season. He's not done anything good. He's not done anything good for Chelsea Football Club this season. Someone told me he's been top 5 goalkeepers in the league. Where?
Oscar, it's a good debate though. What are the top 5?
Oh, I don't care. Kepa's nowhere near. He's the bottom 5.
Pope, definitely.
Pope.
You know what? I'll be honest, De Gea, you know.
De Gea, you have to give it to him. He's turned it on. He's turned it on this season.
He's got he is officially United's number 1, the most clean sheets ever at Manchester United, taking over Peter Schmeichel.
Well, yeah.
As of this week.
I mean, he has been 10 years.
It's about damn time. Yeah. He came there when he was 19. He's in his 30s now.
Yeah, I know.
He joined in 2011. This guy's been
it's just a cheeky stat.
It was 21. Well,
Assad says Kepa has the highest save percentage. Nice try, you hater. Well done. Did you get your calculator out and calculate that one during the game? Did you? When he pushed the ball in from Skip, did you calculate that one? Or when he left the cross from Grealish against Manchester City, were you calculating the same percentage?
Yeah, it's 0.7%, man. You know what I mean?
Moronic.
I can't lie.
Can you watch football, please?
If the goal is in the net, why does it matter?
Save percentage.
No. Now, guys, can I be honest with you though? I'm gonna be devil's advocate here, right? But if he's got the highest save percentage, it's got to count for something.
All that means.
But we can look at the howlers the goalkeepers have this week in the Champions League. I saw a howler from Courtois. I saw a howler from Alisson. They've done better saves, but the ball is in the net. So that means niche to me.
What have you seen? What have you seen from Alisson and Courtois this season? You've seen them have worldy performances and save their team. Alisson has probably made more mistakes this season than Kepa. More. But you've seen Alisson save Liverpool. I've never seen Kepa save this club. Never. Never. When did Kepa save us this season? Tell me a game where we're like, ooh, we were
Villa Park.
Huh?
Villa Park, Aston Villa.
Villa Park.
Yeah.
Okay, Villa Park, what, in October?
You just asked me to... Well, we've named the game.
Okay, one game.
I'll be honest, I'm not ardent Chelsea supporter. I'm sure I can find something.
Guy's crap, man. Every shot straight at him, man. The guy's crap. But he's the worst goalkeeper that has ever played for my club. And guys, of all weeks, try and spin this, yeah? On the week of the League Cup final, guys, don't ever. Because they played that video again on Sky Sports. They played it again on Sky Sports. Let's move on.
Even Ed De Hoy was a bad boy, you know? You know about Ed De Hoy?
Ed De Hoy. Come on.
Wait, pause, yeah? Chelsea's have had a run of keepers, you know, up until Kepa. That lineage from
even Mark Bosnich.
But yeah, no.
It was
as top 4 podcast is a democracy.
It was a cult.
My vote goes to Skip because it was a banger.
My vote will go to Gabriel Martinelli because I thought it was delicious.
What is going on here, bro?
Someone had a
vote.
That was a good shout.
Where did someone come from? I feel like he went here this season. All of a sudden, he's been slapping it. I think he was injured. Came from Ukraine.
Solomon.
Yeah.
Well, we voting, peeps.
I think Rice,
I've
bro.
gone Rice, man. 2 of us have gone Rice.
2 of us are going Rice, so that means Declan Rice is the goal of the week. Player of the week, Oscar.
Player of the week. I don't know.
Do you know what? I want to pick up Marcus Rashford because even, like the form is still going. He's still putting it away. He's gone to the final at Wembley. He's put
And he
Newcastle
scored.
to the score. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta give him his props. Marcus Rashford for me, helping his team win a trophy. Yeah, Marcus Rashford in the final. Absolutely.
Yeah, go on then, Rashford.
Oh, what a statement. What a claim there. Huh? What that's what you call a dissertation, people. That's how you submit.
I can't think of anything else.
That's how you submit.
I was going to say
2
Casemiro, in my own opinion.
Oh, good shout. Good
That's
shout.
a fair.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
He had
I'm
a
on
good
board.
performance against
I'm on board.
Barcelona.
Casemiro, I'm on board.
Barcelona. Oh, so is it 2? Is that 2 and 2 against 1? Who else is going with Casemiro or Rashford?
W6. He's gone both. I don't know what that means.
Oh, you can't
I'd
choose.
go-
You can't decide.
I'd go Rashford just because of
You get it.
it's a bit biased because of the form that he's in, but I just think just to carry that form into the cup final and then to win the cup for your boyhood club, first cup, he turned up on a big stage. So yeah,
Honorable mention for Jorginho.
Look at this guy, bro.
This guy, no.
You have no.
And you call me bad. And you did the exact same thing.
Jorginho was very good, though.
Thank you very much, Oscar. Thank you for
in Peter's defense, Chelsea fans were slouched. He's immobile. He can't run. He can't. And then apparently ends. But by the way,
Yeah, all right.
So yeah, Peter justified and Peter was like, no, he's a good player. By the way, Oscar, like, how do you feel Enzo's fared so far anyway? Big £109 million move.
I think Enzo's been really, really good. Like every game, I've not had an issue with him. I think he's adjusting to the league, but he's a really, really good passer. And when it comes to progressive passing, in his first 2 games, he had over 10 progressive passes in the game. Yeah, and last season, Jorginho only managed that 3 times for Chelsea in any game. Yeah, so that just shows you what Jorginho's role was in that Chelsea team, and then you combine it with what he's done at Arsenal. Jorginho has completed 43 progressive passes since joining Arsenal alone.
Jorginho.
So whatever Mikel Arteta is instructing this man to do is completely different from what we were seeing at Chelsea. And that's where the discrepancy is. I'm seeing a lot of people say, oh, Chelsea fans were lying about Jorginho. No, the forward pass he played to Bukayo Saka that I keep talking about every single week, he simply did not do in a Chelsea shirt. And when you see Enzo come in, Enzo is playing those passes every time he gets his head up. So clearly, Arteta has told him, this is how I want you to play. Play forward, fill him behind. He was not doing that at Chelsea. And I don't know why people are trying to rewrite history and go, oh, Chelsea fans lied. No, it wasn't happening.
Jorginho. If we win the league, bruv, I'm getting a Jorginho shirt. Standard.
H2O.
But I'm saying, yeah, Casemiro.
Yeah, Casemiro for me, man. Casemiro. Let's keep it moving.
Well, Rashford got the most votes. So
We got Rashford.
Rashford gets the.
Wait, David didn't vote.
Oh, David.
Yeah.
Man said, yeah.
His uncle.
Rashford. My bad.
Thank you very much. Team of the week.
Okay.
We give it to Man United for winning the trophy.
United, man. They won a cup.
Yeah, Man United won the trophy.
Barcelona out of here. Carabao.
And beat
energy
Barcelona,
drink.
absolutely.
Listen. We need to get rid of that stupid cup. We need to get rid of it.
No,
I'm happy to retire.
Man, you can't deny the joys you had yesterday and then kick it the next day. How dare you? Have some integrity. Oh my God, where is your integrity? Huh? Where's your belief system?
I'm right here.
Do you guys have
the Carabao Cup is a nonsense cup.
comment?
It's a nonsense cup.
What's a sad saying? I love João Felix, but I'm low-key starting to understand why he hasn't hit the heights in his. Do you know what? That's it. That's frigging it. You can't have a player in that football club and then start. Are you serious, Assad?
He went there.
He was dreadful yesterday. João Felix was.
Oscar, wait there.
He was abysmal yesterday.
If his name is being brought up about Chelsea poor performances,
How I see it.
he's at the back of the frigging queue. He's at the back. He's next to frigging Thiago Silva. right? And bringing Mudryk. He's at the back of that queue.
What? Whoa.
He's well at the back of that queue. He's
Whoa.
nowhere near the front of that queue.
It must be a quick queue then.
No, Adrian, he's nowhere near the front of the queue. He's nowhere near. He's
I
nowhere
love
near.
João Felix, but I'm low-key starting to understand why he hasn't hit the high.
Peter, he hasn't given us £100 million worth of consistency.
Excuse me, AD.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Ballon d'Or nominee.
Wait there. I understand why he hasn't hit the heights in his career.
Oh, he cost 100. Was it 119 million? How much did he cost? He ain't hit those heights consistently.
Look who he was under. Look who was under, and look where he's gone.
Yes.
I'll take João Felix any day.
Situation.
Any day. I will bring.
He's been
But
sent
bro,
out.
I'm not gonna lie.
People don't appreciate.
Mbappe's not
People
on
don't
loan.
appreciate football.
Holland's not on loan, is he?
João Felix
You
has had a
are
good
dis- you are
40 minutes in his
disgrace.
Chelsea career. 40 minutes. Other than that, it's just him looking silky and not
He got sent
producing
off on his
much.
debut.
You are a disgrace, bro. You don't deserve nothing. Stay there in
David?
10th place.
You lot don't deserve.
You know what it is, yeah? He didn't even pull up.
Really?
You know what? Like, if you pulled up Mudryk, yeah, you've got a better case. You pulled up
No,
João
no,
Felix.
no, I don't think you do because Mudryk has started like one game. Like,
But what I'm saying, I'm sorry, Felix missed the whole of January. What are we
Yeah, but
doing here?
Felix,
What was
Felix, has
that?
been,
Yeah.
Felix has been a star. Felix started Fulham. Felix started West Ham. Felix started
You are a
Dortmund. Felix started.
disgrace.
Looked
like,
excellent in two of those three you've mentioned. Looks excellent in two of those three.
Bring João Felix
Peter,
to OT. Bring him. No questions.
Peter, I'm just asking, what metric should I look at him? Is it goals?
No, hang
Is
on,
it
wait,
assists?
guys,
Is it
wait.
influence?
So
Is it trophy?
let me hear this. Let me get this right. So, do you guys agree with Assad that from what you've seen of his career at Chelsea, I mean, to call it a career is a disgrace, but to call it his career at Chelsea, are you telling me you know why he hasn't hit the heights?
what I'll say is I've seen.
Come on.
Like you haven't even let me answer. What I'll say is I've seen the heights of why he's rated so highly, but then I've also seen why he failed to have the biggest impact at Atletico. Like a performance against Tottenham, he was really, really poor, and we were trying to play through him, and nothing came off. Every part, like he kicked the ball out of play, like on 3 separate occasions. Like it just didn't come for him. And like I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I'd start him next game. Like I still like Felix, but there's work to go.
Second name on the team sheet behind Thiago Silva. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, fair enough. He's on loan, okay, guys. He's on friggin' loan. Who's not that guy this week? No, SW. I can't.
No, because
I'm
for example, we just spoke about Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez has given me consistent, the same type of performance every single week. He's had a couple of mishaps here and there, but he's genuinely been a good, solid 7 out of 10. He's not dropped below that. Whereas Felix has had a couple games where you're like,
I just think it's too early to judge these players. The players have barely made a month in the club, and we're talking about their performances. I'm thinking to myself, let them marinate, let them get used to, let them acclimatize to that British weather first and
A
foremost.
6-month loan.
Well, no, a 6 month. I understand. You need to be performing, but it's not his fault. It's alone.
It's not acclimatized.
Bro,
He has to bang against Dortmund. He has to bang against Dortmund. There's no excuse now.
Oscar, your manager's the problem, not João Felix. I can assure you of that. Let's be very clear. He has to bang against Dortmund. How about you get a good manager for a start? You'll see him licking shots at every goalpost.
Kickoff.
Let's start there with a kickoff. Let's get a manager who knows what the best 11 is. Yeah, not 9 different tactics he's been at since he's been at Chelsea. Let's get a manager who can beat Southampton at home. Let's try that for a change. Let's beat a manager that can beat bringing Brighton away from home. That doesn't concede 4 goals to Brighton. Oscar, name the centre forward at Brighton. Name the centre forward at Brighton. Name the centre forward at Brighton.
Big Evan Ferguson.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, he's the English Haaland, you know.
Big Bird.
Honestly, it's out. It's, you know.
Wait, guys, do you know when like players have like PR machines, yeah, and they pump it out? Ferguson was injured. He didn't play for weeks, yeah. He had like a sub appearance off the bench after coming back from injury. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing hella comps about Ferguson. He's flooded the market. I think he's gone into the Twitter spheres and started paying some of these comp makers and said, just put your name up there. Because he was popping earlier. Now he's not even playing. And all of a sudden, everyone's talking about him replacing Harry Kane. How?
How?
Bro, brown paper bag. He's pumping that.
Oscar, do you know what I saw? I saw somebody tweet, "This is a good thing for Ireland." Just when did people give a damn about Ireland? Yeah, it's PR, man. It's
Bro,
PR.
he's
something.
Irish. He's Irish, and people are already saying he's going to replace Harry Kane. for England.
To think Ireland could have had Declan Rice
Ireland got
and
a
Jack
squad.
Grealish. Oh, that's peak.
They
That's
all
peak.
wore the green.
I said they all wore the green.
Man's name is Grealish.
Listen, bro, 17th of March. You
Grealish.
see St. Paddy's Day, boy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing through this body but iron and frigging
Do you
candy.
know the Ireland kit? Yeah, when the back of the
It's
front
Jurgen.
back there.
Gillis and Bloods on the streets.
Mate, you should come to the 12 pins in Frisbee Park, mate. It's gonna be just there's nothing but Guinness on draft.
Have you seen Ireland's kit? Yeah, the font on the back of the shirt.
Shillelaghs.
Oh, that's a Gaelic font, blood. That's
Gaelic font. It's a Gaelic font. Have you seen the word Grealish written in that font? That's not English. Not English, right? Why is he playing for England? It's outrageous.
He is Irish through
really?
and through.
That brother is from Donegal.
I big up the Irish crew, man. Big up the Irish crew, man. Oh,
Shout out
them.
Bono, Rob,
Brother.
Bicky.
I like big up O'Donnell, big up O'Connell. You know what I'm saying?
Big up Siobhan and
Fake.
Eve.
Big up O'Flaherty. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple Donnies, bro. Neve. You know what I'm saying? Ema, whole type of crew.
What's Lee?
Say again?
Ifa, big up Ifa.
Siobhan.
Ifa.
You know what I'm saying? Like, big, come
Brother,
on,
it's a mad thing.
And the spellings are very interesting.
very
Big up them,
interesting.
man. Big up the Irish.
You know what I'm saying? Big up Carol. Right. Who's not that guy this week?
Who's Carol?
Who's not that guy?
Roy Carroll.
Oh, I had a guy.
Can I say one? This gentleman. Wait. Let me. I have to do the Googles. This is funny, yeah.
Oscar, has this got anything to do with specs?
No.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, you can run that one. You can
No,
run that one.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know his name. I know nothing about him.
I just snap my glasses.
I can't. This guy doesn't have a Wikipedia. What's going on?
He don't know have Wikipedia.
He doesn't have a Wikipedia. Okay, so this gentleman, yeah, is an esteemed guy. I found out this week that he's a very, very esteemed guy.
Esteemed guy.
Yeah, man. People. Oh, okay. I found his Wikipedia. He's an esteemed guy. Like people respect him in his industry. He's a big deal. He was born in November the 7th, 1976 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was an American boxer, and he went by the name of King Raheem. Yeah, and he's recently been doing the build-up for a very high-profile fight that happened this week. It was Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Big fight. I don't know who watched it. I don't know who was out there. Yeah. But there was a moment in round 3 where he interviewed people on the sidelines, and he picked out Logan Paul, Jake Paul's brother, and he decided he was going to interview him. So he goes to Logan Paul and he says, "Logan, what do you think about the first few rounds? How do you feel your brother's doing?" So Logan Paul is like, we're very, very proud of my brother. He's doing his thing. We feel like he's going to get him in the next round. We feel like he's going to win. I'm so proud of him. And then he said, and this is on the microphone, so everyone in the arena can hear it. And then he said, "I love you, bro." To which Radio Raheem took the mic back and said, "I love you too."
Oh, gangster.
I remember this.
Logan Paul was saying, "I love you" to his brother. And the interviewer took the mic back and said, "I love you too."
That's a howler. That's a friggin' howler.
Radio Raheem, you are not that guy, man.
And about that, you guys, he's an A1 show. Like, do you know what you guys need to watch again if you haven't watched it? Yeah, everybody's watched it. Watch the interview with Deontay Wilder till this day. Because the way he gaslights that man is old. No, because you need to watch Deontay Wilder. It's like 5 minutes. It's pure class.
It's pure class. It's absolutely
Is that the guy? Is that the guy where he's like, when he's saying to him because it's Raheem? Oh,
Yeah. So it's supposed to be like your people been fighting for like 400 years. Your people too. But watch it. It's brilliant, man. Deontay Wilder is so funny.
Big up Radio Raheem.
Can I give it to Marvel Studios, please?
Oh,
I don't know what this phase is all about, but Doctor Strange was just demonic. Doctor Strange was demonic. As Dr. Uma put it, the underwater Mexicans were just whooping black people in Wakanda. This Ant-Man Quantumania was just like, oh my Marvel. Whoever the director is, whoever's been writing, you're not that guy, bro. Salty out, bro.
The underwater Mexicans ripped Wakanda's ass. Oh my gosh.
Marvel Studios, you can pattern up, bro.
I didn't even get that storyline because it was like, wait, what? Like you brought them in to like be like all harmonious and thing, and then you just go and bang them up.
And then at the end, they squashed the beef.
They squashed it
because they didn't on the island on the beach.
He says, "Don't worry. When they need us, we'll be even stronger." No, you wouldn't. The wife looked at him like
he killed your mom.
A lie. And the wife is like, bro, what, you let them go? You let them get away with it like that? He said, listen, they will need us. Yeah, they're strong, but they will need us to fight under the water. Are you serious? Really? Oh, speaking on TV and entertainment, can I bring one up as well? Do you know what I've watched recently? So me and Benita, right, have been watching the friggin' Unsolved, right? Biggie and Tupac on Netflix. Has anybody seen it? Has anybody seen it?
Interesting though. No.
Has anybody seen it? Do you know what? Yeah, I'm a fool for watching it. I mean, it was brilliant entertainment. Don't get me wrong, but it's the fact it's the real life as well. But brother, the fact that we still don't know who shot Biggie and Tupac is a freaking howler. It's a stinker. And when you watch this episode and whatever the documentary,
the guy that killed Tupac is dead now.
Apparently,
it's not been confirmed.
It's just an assumption. It's just an assumption. In fact, I've used the word apparently wrong, but yeah, it's just an assumption. Supposedly it's him, but like it's just a stinker. It's an absolute stinker. Like if you're Biggie's mum or Tupac's mum and you're still here reliving this thing, like because it's real life. This is real life.
Yeah,
like
no closure, man.
To this day, like there's no closure, blood. No closure. In 2023, we got people like me watching that documentary, sitting there thinking, bloody hell. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the LAPD, the Vegas PD, stinker, howler, absolute howler. Bro, the man them are outside the MGM Grand where Mike Tyson is fighting, and you can't tell me who's done what? Oh, come on. Bent as a fiddler's elbow, bent as a £9 note. I swear down.
That's why there's so many conspiracies.
Oh, so bent, honestly.
Can I do a personal that guy? A personal one.
What, personal that guy or not that guy?
Not that guy. Not that guy.
Okay,
I hope it's nobody we know.
No. It's a company. I have to bring them forward. So obviously, man's out here traveling Europe and all that stuff, blah blah blah. Ooh. And I have to throw British Airways into the not that guy category. Ooh. Reason being, my flight was delayed up to 4 hours. So I nearly missed my tour of going to the Allianz Arena because of them. Do you know what the reason why? The reason why is because the engineer that was supposed to sign off the plane lost one screwdriver. He lost one screwdriver. Huh? So the whole plane had to be taken out of commission. And they had to get another plane from Manchester, London Heathrow. Howler. I was delayed 4 hours.
You spent more time delayed than your flight would have been to go there and back.
Exactly.
Oh, that's freaking
howler. So howler. British Airways, you are not that guy. Howler.
You see, like when you were taking off, unlike you were doing this afternoon, but see when you were taking off, right? You said the word engine, so I thought you was going to say, I think it'd been a bit harsh here, you know what I mean? But because they could have found one measly screwdriver.
Unacceptable. He nearly missed a whole tour.
On the news.
Listen, let me tell you now, if I miss a tour because of that, blood, they're going to know about me.
I literally arrived. I missed the museum tour. I had to skip that. I couldn't see the trophies. I had to do the tour itself. But yeah,
Send me a letter. Simple as that. You're getting a letter. I'm threatening lawsuit. I'm saying, listen, I'll get my lawyer involved if need be.
But yeah,
Can I also
British Airways. Not that guy.
I had another company as well. I had a company that, as soon as you said British Airways, I had a company who's been a stinker lately. Who has been a stinker? Oh, it's gone out my mind now. It's gone out my mind. It will come back to me. I'm sure it will. David, have you got a not that guy?
No, not even.
All right, then. Let's get into the next fixtures for the next couple of weeks. Oh, my Lord. Lord have
No,
mercy.
not a Graham Potts.
Yeah, but like, at what point? Right, every week.
Listen, okay, the most uninspiring, even when he talks, I just want to throw something at the TV when he's talking because he's absolutely nothing.
Endo said, "Who watched the Sidemen roast?" I think at the end of the season, we need to do the top 4 podcast roast. Sidemen roast was hilarious.
Did they kill it? Yeah.
I'm not. It was funny, but I'm not taking part.
Wouldn't be as bad as that.
Wow. Big up the Sidemen. But they're called Sidemen, blood, and they're like, everyone rates them. You know how mad that is? Like, they're fully called Sidemen. Anyway,
they're the biggest YouTubers in the UK. So there's nothing we can do about it.
They're the gang, man. They're the gang. Okay, quickly. There is FA Cup on Tuesday. You got Stoke Brighton, Leicester Blackburn, Fulham, Leeds, Bristol City, Man City. We can move on to Wednesday because there's Premier League action on Wednesday, people.
Yeah, reading 4th round FA Cup results.
I mean, you're not playing in it. In the Premier League, Arsenal at home to Everton and Liverpool at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. What are we saying? I thought it was European football this week. I don't know why I thought that.
No, it's a week off. It's that small break in between.
Next week.
Oh. I thought that as well.
Next week for the big Champions League.
Do we think both home wins, Arsenal and Liverpool home wins?
Yeah.
I think we
no, I disagree. I think Arsenal win, Liverpool draw.
Oh.
Yeah, not bad.
Julian Lopetegui on my mind. Lopetegui on my mind. I hear that, bro. I hear that. Who knows with Liverpool, man? Anything could happen. Guys, it's big. Premier League action back on the weekend. It's huge. Okay. We kick things off 12:30. Manchester City at home to Newcastle United. Can Newcastle bounce back?
No, Man City slapped them up 3-0.
Man City slapped them. No questions asked.
David, can we hope for a little help from Newcastle this weekend?
Man City.
If it was at theirs, maybe, but yeah, this maybe.
Interesting. Okay.
By the way, what? Newcastle's last cup was 1959, was it?
Yeah.
I think further than that.
Sound crazy.
Listen,
like 51.
Adrian, I said it last week, and I said, listen, Newcastle are a bit dry. I think just a bit.
You know
Right. They're a proper club.
Their fans, fair enough. The players and the team, meh.
Oh yeah, agree.
I read their PR machine. But how the hell are they spoken about as such a big club? They won something since the 50s.
It's their fan base, bro. They fill out 50,000 seats every week.
No, but you know what? Yeah, there's a lack of northeastern representation in football that, in terms of in the higher end of it. Like, trust me, people like Sunderland and Newcastle, them man bring crowds. You know,
One club city, man.
I remember the Johnston's Pink Trophy. To this day, I'm saying to this day, they're still bringing them.
It's like 30k in the championship.
Plus, bro, League One.
Have you ever thought the hair stand up on the back of your neck and the Gallagate in?
Yeah,
you can feel the remnants of Jackie Milburn in the stadium. Come on.
Jackie Milburn. Look at this guy. Who do you think you are?
This was the last time they won something, so fairs.
Wow.
What a club.
Anyway, Arsenal at home to Bournemouth, 3:00 kickoff. No TV business. Again, we're back on. It's 3:00. We'll just make sure we just put Bournemouth away. Yeah,
Arsenal.
That's a little key.
Bournemouth are dead.
Yeah, you don't deserve anything. Probably.
If we don't beat Everton and Bournemouth, we don't deserve anything. It's as simple as that. We have to have 6 points. 6 points. 6. Simple. Chelsea at home to Leeds.
Sponsored by JD Zahala, I can't lie.
JD Sports. Listen, bro, Oscar, you're forgetting. Wait, Robin. Wigan used to be sponsored by JJB Sports, blood.
Yeah,
That is the
JJB.
top
Yeah.
barrel. Yeah,
They
JJB.
named the friggin' stadium after it.
No. Do you know what's the howler?
No, it's the Reebok Stadium, I swear.
That's Bolton, and that was formerly
Stadium
that was formerly Bolton, and Bolton is
Yeah.
called now the University of Bolton Stadium.
Ridiculous.
I swear Blackburn's called the Tough Sheet Stadium.
Allow it, man. That's Ewood Park, bro. Allow it, man. That's Ewood Park. You're trying to-
Hey,
you're
here's
lying.
the howler though. Here's the howler. Bournemouth used to be sponsored by Carbrini. Get out. Get out.
That's just League Two. You just stay in League
Get
Two.
out.
Yeah.
Hey, Liverpool Football Club was sponsored by Warrior. Get out. Get out.
Listen, hey, listen, you man. Can anybody name me the official name of Brentford's ground? I was fuming when I heard
It's
that.
just a community. It's the Amex community, I think, something like that.
Griffin Park times 2. I don't know.
Oscar, the Vitality was, I think, Bournemouth, and I think they've changed their name as
The
well.
Vitality was Bournemouth, yeah. It's something community. It's something community
It's a
stadium.
whack name, I know that much.
It's a horrible
That's-
name, lads.
We don't know it.
Let me get there. The name of Brentford's football ground is called, wait for it, the G-Tech Community Stadium.
Oh yeah,
Since
yeah.
There you
when?
go.
E-Tech, yeah.
You liars,
Yeah, the
like you
G-Tech
lot, like you.
No,
lot
no,
know.
it rings a bell because I remember.
I knew it was something community stadium, but I just couldn't remember.
Season, the AFTV. They're outside the G-Tech.
The G-Tech, you know. What's Bournemouth? Let me see. Is Bournemouth still called Vitality? Because I swear that changed as well. Nope, still Vitality. Dean Court is the original name of that one.
That's whack as well.
Okay. Chelsea Leeds,
Alright,
guys. What's the score going to
the
be?
thing is, sorry to speak on Bournemouth. How is their stadium big enough to be in the Premier League?
It's not legal.
Like,
It's not legal. It doesn't fit the Premier League requirements, and it
Like,
still allows to hold games. It doesn't pass ground regs. It doesn't. It doesn't
They've
pass
got
ground regs.
pictures of fans on there. On the slide, there's pictures of
Bro, it's not, you know, like, what's funny, yeah? Like, what's it called? So Arsenal women play at Bournemouth, yeah? For the Champions League, they're not allowed to use the stadium because it's not fit for purpose. So they play all their Champions League games at the Emirates. It's a madness, blood.
I reckon we could set out a live show at the Vitality. I reckon.
Yeah, of course. All we need is 600 people.
We'll hit Boston, man. We'll hit Boston. Let's run it.
Bro, the away allocation at the friggin' Vitality Stadium is like 700 people, blood. It's worse than Oxford United.
All jokes aside,
All jokes aside, bro. We were told at the start of the season, no Arsenal staff can go to the game. No Arsenal staff can go to the game.
no, it should be 1.1k, no? Because it's
Bro.
10%.
They gave us like 752, something like that.
Yeah, that's
You have to include disabled supporters as well, though. Wheelchair
Adrian.
spaces take up a lot of that.
Adrian, who's right? Denise, Nish, or Jack?
All right, listen. Let's have it right. Let's have it. EastEnders normalizes sin, man.
Let me tell you, yeah.
But Peter,
You
let me tell you the storyline.
bro.
Let me tell you the storyline, right?
I'm watching it. Don't you worry. I'm knee deep in
this
EastEnders.
is old school. This is old school way.
Oh, okay, go.
Imagine, right? Billy Mitchell takes an orphan, right? Raises him as his son. Right? Billy's got a missus who, by the way, helped to look after this orphan son. Fast forward 20 years, and they want to justify the orphan son nicking Billy's missus. Couldn't believe it. And people were just, I couldn't believe it. I almost started watching it after that.
Bro, I've seen a situation where, what is it? What's her name? What's her gums? Is it Stacey, blood? She's got 3 kids from 3 different men in the square. Get out of here.
Yeah, she's got 3 kids from 3 different kids in the square. The oldest of which is 12, and she's pregnant.
Why are we at EastEnders? I'm so confused.
Bro,
Why are we
like
here?
when I saw Kat, yeah, with Phil, I said this is a slosh thing, man. I said, nah, you're a slosh, cuz. How you with Phil now? You know what I'm saying? Just round the block, bro. Do you know how many gal
King
Phil
Phil
has
versus
beat?
Godzilla.
Bro, do you know how many gal Phil has beaten at square, blood? They've all got a piece, blood. All of them.
70%.
And they've all got kids.
Mr.
You know what?
Leatherman.
A knackered, haggard Phil Mitchell. He's still pulling gal. Nah, allow me, man. No, you see, EastEnders is a mess, blood. It's a friggin' mess, blood. It's a mess, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a mess, bro. Oh, honestly. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. It's an absolute disgrace. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Hey, do you know
Anyway.
who's not that guy?
Go on.
Matt Hancock.
What's he done now? What's he
Oh,
done
he's
now?
not the guy.
It's what he's done then.
He's not that guy, Peter.
He's
Go,
a
what's he done now?
treacherous criminal. He posted a video yesterday supporting his beloved Newcastle United. Because apparently he's a Newcastle fan. He was wearing a Newcastle shirt saying, "How are the lads?" Yeah. And then people have dug up like some research. They found an article from a year ago where he received that shirt and it's signed by all the players. And he said he was going to auction it off for charity.
Oh, that's
Still wearing the shirt.
the same shirt. Oh,
It's the same sign. It's got the same sign. Oh, this guy's a criminal, man.
it's a howler.
Matt
It's a
Hancock's a
howler.
criminal, man. Get him out. I want him out.
It's a howler.
You know what? That
A mosque next to a gay bar.
was nuts, you know. Yeah.
Blood.
And
I don't- listen,
Christian and Saeed as well. That was a mad error.
Yeah, Christian and
He
Saeed.
said this, you know.
Hey, what is Ben's the other way in it?
Let's
No, because I'm trying to understand that did he murder someone? And he's like, thing, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a road
He
man.
murdered
Like, he's a road man, yeah. Okay,
Peter. I kid you not. Ben bats for the other side or whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
But then he's got a daughter with his cousin. Because he wants to test out his feelings. I honestly don't understand this point. And that's the.
Do you know what's so funny about EastEnders though, yeah? Is that someone in the world, in the UK anyway, can relate to a story in that show. That's the worst thing
I
about
hope
it.
not.
Bro, you think this?
No, Adrian, it's
real
true.
life, bro.
Someone can relate to the
Real
story.
Let me tell you, it's based on real life, blood. You know what I'm saying?
The UK, the United Kingdom is a mess. It's a big
It's a
mess.
cesspit.
Oh, you think we're bad over here? Go to Texas or Arkansas.
There's times when I sit there and say, listen, God is going to judge America, bro. Let's be very clear. But the UK, you're not getting away scot-free. That's for damn sure. Anyway, back to the fixtures. Wolves at home to Tottenham Hotspur. We didn't even say Chelsea Leeds. We didn't even give a conclusion. What do we reckon?
I said draw. No.
Draw to Leeds United.
Hey, Leeds win,
I'm
man.
saying Leeds.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
By the way, Oscar, watch out. Are you going to that game, yeah? Have your wits about you with Leeds, bro. Because them Leeds fans are going to trash that stadium.
I still feel sick, and I'm not.
Bro, there's nothing to trash, bro.
Bro, they've been feral all season. They've been going to grounds, bro, just turning up. Let me tell you, they're coming. They're coming for it, mate. Wolves at home to Spurs.
PR.
What?
Wolves versus Spurs. This is the top 4 podcast.
Fine. If I move to the
What?
Sunday,
That's rude, man.
I'm gonna move to the Sunday.
Spurs are in the top 4.
Spurs are comfortably in the top 4.
Get out.
You as a Chelsea fan, hang on a minute. For you as a Chelsea, you pull that after your heart. Not only are they on top of you, they beat you on the friggin' weekend.
I can do it, and you know I can do it.
That's disrespectful, Oscar, man.
You know I can do it.
Oscar's a disgrace.
Spurs
Listen,
deserves a mensch at least.
maybe give Oscar better feels, right? Liverpool at home to Manchester United, 4:30 on Sunday. I think Liverpool are going to wake up and arise from the ashes and destroy Manchester United.
Man United, both.
Ooh, away win, controversial.
When was the last time United won at Anfield?
Peter, I am never confident at going to Anfield. I'm never, even this weekend, I'm not confident. But I think we can get something still.
Here we go.
I think I can get me something.
I believe you got.
No, I think Liverpool, man, they got to arise. They don't need Palace and Wolves and teams like that to wake up. They need the big thing.
Let's be honest. Form goes out the window when it comes to Liverpool, like always, especially at Anfield. Like it's always a wild game.
Robert, you see for this fixture, yeah. Typically, the team that's in the ascendancy normally wins. If that makes sense, like. There's a period of time United typically used to beat Liverpool, and then when Liverpool were better, Liverpool for the last few years have always been beating United. Like United and Liverpool have never been You know what I mean? They've never been equal or parallel.
No, not really. No.
I think you lot can get something. If I'm being honest.
That's I agree. I think we can get something. I don't think it'll be a 0-0. But the honest truth, we've not beaten since 2016 is the last time I can remember that we've beaten Liverpool. So at Anfield, it's been a long time.
Hey,
So,
what last time you beat Anfield? Do you remember?
You're saying 16?
I
Van
think it's
Gaal.
16.
Louis Van Gaal.
What was
Was that
that?
the one matter? Was that the
Fellaini?
massive double?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
One field.
One-field. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, guys, the big one. Now.
7 years ago, you know.
That's going to be a good game, by the way. I'm looking forward to that Liverpool Man United game. I think it's going to be a proper hot game now. But the biggest game of the weekend, we have to end it with this, people. The biggest game, it's a cup final. The FA Women's League Cup between Arsenal and Chelsea. Conti Cup football. I will be there. The final is at Selhurst Park. You'll find me there in the hospitality.
Lauren James is going to bring it home.
Bro, turn it in, fam. Turn it in, blood. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's going to be Caitlin Ford, you know what I'm saying? Stina Blackstenius.
Who are these people?
Ballers.
Sam Kerr.
Yeah, she always scores against us as well.
Yeah, you know that.
But yeah, anyway, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. We thank you for joining us as you do every single Monday, as per usual. 8 o'clock kickoff, we take off here every single Monday. Follow us on the Twitter, iTunes, Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok at Top 4 Podcasts. Make sure you guys check us out every single week. We'll be back next week, 8 p.m. Peace.
You're